who am I to judge the people who don't care for me when I don't care about them either? And who am I to judge the friends that I once thought I knew? They're all off doing what they wanna do. I'm falling to pieces when I'm on my own. Even though I'm a walking emotion, and I can't go a day without you. I saw myself as less and you so high above me, but I hope that you can learn to love me. 4 seasons did fly by, and I cry usually in the evening before I calm myself and start sleeping. And I'm sleeping cause each weekend's like a Monday to me. She stayed behind the bar at work, so I'm getting Red Bull for free. And I'm so bored of being awkward, I hit my head against the door. Oh nah, she made me much less awkward. I'm not so awkward anymore. And I'm flying back to LA, and I can't wait for her to see. And I'm not fucking with first class, but I'd sure like a sleeper seat. So you're around, I pray you don't go. And we don't even need to mention all the things that matter or anything you're stressing about. Just tell me why your day was good and love me after hours. Now that you're around, I pray you don't go, cause since you made me social, I'm no longer eating solo. I said thank you and thanks bro, with the wet shirt in the front row. Sweatshirt, that's young me playing Erica Afro. Way back when I would've wore a snapback. But fuck that. And I hate myself for what I'm about to say, but I feel as if it's time to get away. I'll find a spot that's just for me and see if I can cope without an ounce of pain. Without an ounce of pain. Said the likelihood just frightens me and it's easier to hide, but I can't ignore it endlessly. Eventually things die. But if only he'd remember my name one final time. I said the likelihood just frightens me and it's easier to hide, but I can't ignore it endlessly. Eventually things die. But if only he'd remember my name one final time. I said the likelihood just frightens me and it's easier to hide. I can't ignore it endlessly. Eventually things die. But if only he remembered my name one final time. All the things that matter or anything you're stressing about, just tell me why your day was good and love me after hours. Now that you're around, I pray you don't go, cause since you made me social, I'm no longer even solo. Said the likelihood just frightens me and it's easier to hide, but I can't ignore it endlessly. Eventually things die. But if only he'd remember my name one final time.
Let me be a dreamer, let me float. I can see the whole world from my own little cloud up by the Milky Way. I'll stay here forever and a day. I fear all solid ground. I'd rather be alone at tea. Love when nobody's making me. Oh, boys just make me cry. Believe me, I have tried. I've made my rounds, kissed some mouths. Trust me, I don't want a single soul around. Oh, I'm giving up, I'm throwing in my hat. I can't take another lifeless little chat. I'm moving up into a cloud, into my fantasy. And no boy's gonna be so smart as to try and pierce my porcelain heart. No boy's gonna kill the dreamer in me. Some might call me mad, the worst this town has had. I fell right down the rabbit hole. Legends say I fell so fast I lost my soul. My melancholic days are few and far away. I've had enough, called it off. As far as I'm concerned, the switch is numb to love. Oh, I'm giving up, I'm throwing in my hat. I can't take another lifeless little chat. I'm moving up into a cloud, into my fantasy. And no boy's gonna be so smart as to try and pierce my porcelain heart. And no boy's gonna kill the dreamer in me. Yeah, no boy's gonna be so smart as to try and pierce my porcelain heart. No boy's gonna kill the dreamer in
Alright. Let's actually get started right now. Title, go to stream, because I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be. Hold on. All right. Now I'll actually start. Usually I have some wild title to start out with, but but not today, because there isn't really a lot to talk about. You know what? Fuck it. We'll move. You know, I got these tabs up. We'll go through them. I have some Rapture things. Hopefully that's entertaining. But actually no, I don't want to go through that first. First, we're gonna start out with this video. I saw this yesterday. When I was first entering home, coming back from work. And usually I just ignore these videos. Like ICE agents taking advantage of their power, abusing their power. I don't need to see the 20th video on it. But then I saw in the comments saying, no, it wasn't happening. I don't know. But I was seeing comments saying, no, it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening at all. In fact, a woman fell on him. You know, there was no contact. That caught my attention. You know what? It's a little wild for these journos to just be lying while linking the video. So fuck it. I'll watch it. And at first I thought it was gonna be this guy, but no, it's gonna be over here to the right. Fucking elevator. Right here. It's this guy right here that pushes a woman. That then knocks this guy back in the background. So yes, these retarded freaks did in fact not lie. Technically, the ICE agents didn't put his hands on him. But is it even better that they put their hands on a woman, knocked her to the ground, and on her way to the ground, they fucking smashed this guy? This guy was left fucked up. Just retarded as hell. We also have goated marketing right here. All right. So like in September, you know, there was Keir with his speech to the Brits. You know, there was Chad, Gavin Newsom, telling ICE agents to take their masks off. What are they hiding? A goat. and then what does the official Democrat Twitter account reply with?
Cannot agree on what should be funded. Democrat kiddies want you to have health care. Republican kiddies do not.
These like
Republican
dog
kiddies control
shit.
the Senate, House, and the White House.
These dog shit fucking like kitty videos, like, oh, Kitty explains, watch Kitty explain this. Alright. And Reels, when I'm scrolling through Reels, I see these retards that always like these type of Reels of, oh, Kitty explains inflation, Kitty explains stocks. And they fucking like that shit. They fucking repost it for some reason. These fucking retards like, look at the response. I only understand it if you're a kitty on screen. wasting hours watching complete brain rot on Reels and TikTok. But when they get a Kitty Explains video, like, look at I'm a lawyer today.
So they're using that to cut your health care and give money to billionaires. Democrat Kitty tries to negotiate, but Republican Kitty keeps running away. He has a vacation to get to. Uh-oh. Suddenly the money you pay for your health insurance has tripled.
Man, I don't think this hits 4K likes. I don't know, man. There was also and this also came out from like the government, New York's governor. It was bro shut down the government. Bro shut down the government. You know, it could have been funny if they used like a different image and then do the fucking deepfake shit in the big 2025, still doing deepfakes in the big 2025. I also found one of the last Twitter links I have here before we get into other things. But we got Senator Ted Cruz.
Senator Booker also said we should have bipartisan agreement. I think that's a great idea. We should have bipartisan agreement. How about we all come together and say, let's stop murders? How about we all come together and say, let's stop rape? How about we all come...
True. You know, we should stop crime, stop murder, stop rape. All right. Continue to spit.
Together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles.
Let's go. We both sides have to come together to stop attacking pedophiles.
Senator Booker also...
The clip ends there, and I assumed like later he like corrected himself. But I see in another clip he just keeps on going. The fucking dumbass doesn't realize. But we got this older video from a week ago about responding to the Caleb Hammer conspiracy. I didn't know. I found out last week that Caleb Hammer does like streams now on top of his financial audits that I used to love. I used to watch every single one every time one would come out. Instant play. I ate that shit up. You know, after like the 100th one, it's kind of like the same shit. So it's a little predictable. It's a little boring. It's whatever. But apparently, Caleb Hammer is in another controversy. You know, it's not the first time. There's been previous ones where people complained that he mistreats the guests. There was one where he had to respond to the allegations of being gay. This guy was forced to be outed as a gay man. But I don't know what the new one is. So we'll go ahead. And hit play.
Sent me this video, and it's about me. It's about me, and here's the fun fact: and I'm not gonna call her a bitch. I don't have to. You guys will already get it. I couldn't even view this on my own TikTok. I had to log out because she's a fucking coward. She's a coward. I love when people on the internet
Why is she a coward, Caleb?
In cowardice to make videos about other people and commentary on other people, but block them when they do. So yeah, she blocked me. And let's view her and these couple of little things. Here we go. Oh, no audio. That's good.
I like it when we kiss with a tongue, muscle of bone inside my mouth.
All right.
Oh,
It's
we are.
completely. It was always completely obvious that this guy was a giant homo.
You're not subscribing to the horrible Scribblies Benis. and her 19,000 followers. I don't think we support her, but we will give her another view. Go.
We don't support her. We don't support her, Caleb. Right, we here at Rookie Live, we will completely glaze Caleb Hammer. Wait, what does this actually say? Why is Caleb Hammer fat shaming people who are coming on his podcast for financial advice and telling them their BMI as if he's not, you know? I feel like Kevin should come on Caleb Hammer. They can do the BMI calculator on there as well, you know, and then we'll see his finances as well.
Very cool. So, I guess the controversy is this, ladies and gentlemen. I'd say a bad wig, but, you know, it is what it is. Why is Caleb Hammer fat shaming people who are coming on his podcast for financial advice and telling them their BMIs as if he's not, you know? What's the you know? That I'm a fat fuck? I'm a fat fuck. That's honestly one reason why I'm able to communicate it. You know, similar to how you, by the way, might be one of the only people that are able to say the N-word. I don't know if you know that.
True, Caleb. True.
Fat people do feel better when the person's like, you know what, hey, you and I, we're not that healthy together. Because of our lifestyle choices, we're not. They feel better when that's coming to someone in a similar situation to them than it does to someone who's just like.
Well, you're right. You know, as a black man, you know, I always feel better when another black man calls me his nigga. But you know, when a white does it, you know, we don't have the same struggle, you know.
Fuck yeah! Oh, you fat fuck! What are you doing, you disgusting fucking man walking around with tits?
So yeah, now fat shaming. Well, what is fat shaming? Let's talk about it. Shaming would be me sitting there and saying, "You're."
What the fuck is this comment? Better be careful, lefties. We'll take y'all out for disagreeing with an African queen. Chat, is this an African queen? Yes or no? Yes or no, chat?
You're disgusting. You're nasty. What a fucking loser, you nasty fuck. Why don't you get up and walk some steps, you fat, disgusting piece of shit? I never do that. Why the fuck would I do that? No, what I sit down is have an honest conversation with them about, yo, you literally spent fucking $750 last month going out to McDonald's. You got kids, you got a wife, and yet you're morbidly obese in terms of BMI. That is a valid conversation to have. And, you know, okay, sure, you could maybe be offended by that. I don't really give a fuck because your boundaries are fucking moronic. But that's just your choice of being a sensitive little cunt. But either way, you know, it's actually impacting them. When they're morbidly obese, they don't have the energy to take care of their kids, give everything to their partner, and actually work and make money. They're spending a lot of money to continue their morbid obesity. And I talk about...
It is true. He does have guests that come on that spend hundreds, sometimes thousands every month on fast food. Constant charges from fucking gas stations where they go in, grab some cookies, grab some chips, grab some fucking energy drink or some fucking soda. Just every single day, multiple times a day, they end up looking fat as hell with all their debt.
And with our
that's like the entertaining part of the show. To show these freaks that don't know how to handle their money.
budget-friendly cookbook, which I don't have a copy in this room, it's in the studio, that, you know, if people follow the meal plan, not only will they save money, but they'll actually become healthier as well because it's healthy. And then, you know, when she says and telling them their BMIs as if he's not, yeah, no. Hey, is she fat shaming right now? Using her own logic, of course, because she's fucking moron. Hey, is she fat shaming? pussy who blocks the creator. They talk about, is she fat shaming? Is she fat shaming right now? Shut the fuck up.
Go off, King. Go off, King.
I talk about, yo, your lifestyle and your behavior, not only fucking your budget, but it is fucking your literal life. You are going to die early. And it's fucking ridiculous. And then we got in here. Here we go. Let's have some fun here. We'll kind of play into his silliness. Here we go. Ready for this? Dude, you're fucking sensitive. I'm going to let you know this because you'll never be successful in anything you ever do in your entire life. This is called making
he's
content.
arguing with chat.
I'm finding something to talk about. And if this is something that, honestly, I see quite frequently about me, I'm going to talk about it, believe it or not. So, just going to say... But these are people's lives. These are people's lives. Now, let's bring up a counter argument, right? Okay, fine. But it is inappropriate. They're coming on your show for financial advice. Why are you talking about this? That sucks. You shouldn't be doing it. They didn't ask for it. Here's the fun part, and I'm going to let you know. Everyone that comes on the show is literally begging us to come on the show. They are one of multi-hundreds of applicants on a daily basis, emailing us multiple follow-ups and talking to our team through like multiple phone calls before, begging us to come on the show and have me do exactly what you're complaining about. The exact fuck.
Yeah, obviously, most of the guests are like fans now. How many subscribers does Caleb Hammer have now? I'm pretty sure this guy is hold on. I think it's right here.
What's your criticism, lady?
This guy is at 2.5 million subscribers. Most of the guests are just gonna be fans, or like friends or family, or like fans that recommended him to do it.
Fucking thing you're sitting here and whining like a dumb fucking cunt about online right now, and then blocking me because you're afraid of me responding like a pussy because you made a dumbass argument so you could get your few 100,000 views, which she got, by the way. She got engagement in the nice little sensitive TikTok where of course people are offended on other people's behalfs who aren't offended in the first place. Remember, these people beg to come on the show. Beg. And they fight to come on the show. They fight against other applicants. And then, would you like to know this? Let's go a little further, lady. Let's go a little further into your fucking moronic, dumbass behavior right here when getting offended about everyone else. Here's a little behind the scenes thing, which, by the way, you don't need to know because you're not coming on the show. But here's what actually happens behind the scenes. One, they have multiple phone calls. In the multiple phone calls, they're like, are you sure you want to come on, by the way? Like, Caleb, he's going to roast you. That's a big part of the show. He's going to roast you. He's going to make fun of you. He's going to do
this guy is just repeating himself.
You can roast him back, but, he's going to roast you. Okay, very good. Then they can decide whether or not they want to come on. Terry Jo, chill out, you big crybaby. Is that who she is? Is that her name? No, her name is Scribble Bennis. And then they watch an onboarding video, which is filmed and written by me. And I'm like, hey, guess what? You're coming on Financial Audit. Here's this thing and we're going to do. We're going to, and we're going to get you connected with the resource, blah, blah, blah. But also, here's a fair warning. You're going to be seen by literally millions of people across different platforms. I am going to make fun of you. Blah, 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 blah. It's going to be, I'm going to be loud. Blah, 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 blah. Are you sure you want to come on? This is like our 5th time asking whether or not you actually want to come on. And then they're like, yeah, I really want to come on. Please let me come on. I'm begging to be on this show. And then let's go further down the process, which for some reason, someone like her probably feels like she's entitled to know because she's offended on people's behalfs who aren't offended in the first place. And then they come and sit in the green room and a nice little conversation happens with the producers. They say, hello, Larry. Let's say the person's name's Larry, who we're filming with that day. Hello, Larry. Is there anything you would like to not talk about today?
Please
Any of your
CSP
purchases,
audit.
anything in your life? It's no questions asked. You tell us and it will not be in the conversation. And most times they honestly say no, but sometimes I'd say it's 50-50 these days. Sometimes they have something they don't want to talk about. So they talk about something they don't want to talk about. And then we're like, okay, great. That will not be in the video. And that's that. You know what, you dumb cunt who's offended at everyone, for everyone that's not offended in the first place. You don't know the things they don't want to talk about because they said they don't want to talk about them. And then let's go further down the line where we really try to help people out. Then we ask a very big question for consent, even though we've gotten their consent and everything and signed paperwork and blah, 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 blah. Because
Caleb is a big fan of consent. Big fan of consent.
You know, I'm Caleb Springer. Yeah, I embrace that, blah, blah, blah. But if you look at the behind the scenes on any of their shows, people were pressured to come on. People were pressured to say things. We literally do the absolute opposite and give everyone, every instance, the ability to not film. We like tell people, please do not film if you do not want to go through this. Like, we beg people. Okay. And then guess what? So the final question before they go in the studio and meet me is our producer sits there and says, also, does Caleb and the team in filming have consent to make fun of you, your sexual preferences, your gender, your identity, your weight, your dating, your blah, 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 looks, all the goodies. They have a whole list. And they say yes or no. And then we follow it based on that. Whoa, respecting people's boundaries and then having fun with those who give you what they are not okay with and then tell you what they are, and then you have fun with what they're okay with. That's crazy. We should probably be offended on their behalf for no reason in order to get hundreds of thousands of views on TikTok because we're a dumb fucking cunt who is too much of a pussy to not block the person they're going to make a TikTok about. But let's go further down the line, shall we? Very good. Then they come into the studio and they sit down with me. And one thing I've been doing recently is well, first of all, over the last like a year and a half at a minimum, I sit there and I'm like, hey, what can we not talk about? The producers already know. They already gave me notes of not what to talk about, but I give them a last chance to give us something not to talk about. Then they tell me. And then I get clarifications and I make sure it does not come up in the episode, or if for some reason it does, we pause and we're like, ooh, let's cut that because we're protecting their privacy and anything they don't want to talk about. But then we go further because I, again, want this entire process to be as fun for the guests and that we have a good time and that everyone knows exactly what we're doing. Now I've been sitting there, and even though it's already been asked by the producers, I say, hey, by the way, is it okay that I make fun of your weight or your gender or whatever the fuck? And then they say yes.
All right, we get it. We get it,
yes,
Caleb.
we asked them like 5 other times.
You keep on nagging them to see if it's okay to make fun of these freaks. We get it. We get it.
We have fun. We goon it up. And we create some good fucking content. Because I can just goom on them and I know their boundaries and I respect their boundaries and we have some fun. But no, let's just sit here and be like, why is Caleb Hammer fast shaming people who come on his podcast for financial advice? What the fuck are you doing? We're sitting there for an hour and a half. I talk about everything. I talk about people's dating lives. We talk about everything. It's a fucking show, you dumb who doesn't understand content. This is why you only have 20,000 followers and I highly doubt you'll ever get 50.
Go off, King.
And the only way to make content is by making fun of other people that are more successful than you. Let's be clear, or complaining about them, I should say. And that's the only way she's ever able to do anything ever. Scribble Bents on TikTok. So here we go. Let's go into the comments. Let's have some fun. Let's goon it up. Never seen a Caleb Hammer clip where he seems even remotely...
Is he really saying let's goon it up? Am I mishearing that?
Let's have some fun. Let's goon it up. Never seen a Caleb Hammer clip.
Well, true. Let's goon it up. Let's goon it up.
That's actually very fair. That is actually very fair. Don't watch. I do this really weird thing. I don't know about you guys. I do this really weird thing where when I don't like content, I don't watch it. This might just be me. I might be a unique butterfly on this one, but I don't go consume content about how much I don't like the content. Maybe that one's just me. I thought this said Caleb Heron at first, and I was so confused. I don't know what that means. I love Caleb Hammer. Sorry. Well, thank you. At least we're getting a little bit of love. Much less likes than this Heron thing. I blocked him when he started shaming veterans for being on disability, so nothing he does is all that surprising. Well, I'm glad Ryan Love is also a literal child who is not capable of listening to actually what is said, because I've never shamed any veterans on disability. In fact, I sit here and I advocate for paying more disability to veterans who became some sort of disabled while they were enlisted.
Caleb loves disabled. Caleb loves
disabled. The system faces strain and abuse When people, for example, on my show, every veteran in the history of the show, except for one, has been on disability, many of which did not become disabled in their service. In fact, one fully admitted on camera, because most do it behind the camera, one fully admitted on camera that he fell off a tower in something that was not related to his duty whatsoever, then he claimed disability from his duty. So yes, I talk about that. Is that shaming veterans? No. Just like what we do is not fat shaming. We talk, we're able to have open conversations without having to bawl our eyes out like literal children because, someone might be sensitive. Read this as Caleb Heron. What the fuck is this? This is like another spelling of heron. Heron? And got so confused. I don't know. They watch the show, they sign a waiver, they are debriefed before. Okay, someone that at least listens to our onboarding process. How many times have Guess and Caleb said this? Well, apparently not enough because people want to be offended on behalf of other people who are not offended in the first place because that is their favorite hobby and they have literally nothing to go in their entire life to look forward to, except for just getting upset on the internet. Like, I feel like TikTok is just filled with these really weird performative people that get upset at things that just don't exist. They make it up in their head and then they freak out. Caleb Hammer slander makes me sad. Well, yeah, I mean, me too, because what the fuck are they talking about?
It makes me sad as well.
I never
Makes
liked
me
him.
cry.
He's always been unnecessarily rude to the people he talks to. Well, that's the fucking content, dude. I'm gonna let Greg, this is Gregory, on a little secret as well, because we're letting out secrets today, and this is groundbreaking information as well. Don't come on the show. You're not required to come on the show if this isn't what you want. Yeah, that's a weird one. I wonder if Gregory ever considered that. Even if they make a joke, he takes it so seriously and tries to make it seem like the people he's talking to are less intelligent. Listen, there's people on the show that are more intelligent than me on many topics. Objectively, the people that come on the show are not good with money. No shit, they're probably not as intelligent on money. What the fuck are we talking about? The way he talks to men and women are completely different, and it's very obvious. I mean, I've seen this comment here and there, but the thing is I see in like men's groups.
Is that true? I don't know. He does. He doesn't really treat them differently, but he does talk to them differently. That's I feel like that's most people. That's most people though.
Things where it's more men focused. Men say that I'm more mean to men than women because I'm more sympathetic to women. And then I see women say that I'm more mean and sexist towards women than I am to men. So it's like, depends on who they are. It's like, this person's probably a woman. Well, yep, is a woman. So they probably take what I say more personally. Dude, I'm a fucking cunt to everyone. I'm a cunt to everybody. I make fun of everyone. Okay? I make more gay jokes to men. I make more blowjob jokes to women. Oh no. What are we going to do? The people that signed up to be on the show and told us we could do that multiple times. Oh no. Oh. Caleb Hammer is peak capitalist and also just too cocky. I'm not cocky in a lot of things, I'll be honest, but sure, I guess when talking about budgeting and numbers a little, I guess, is peak capitalist.
The fuck does that comment even mean? Peak capitalist.
Tell people you can agree with.
I guess he just wants like Caleb to go on his budgeting show, a financial audit, to be like, it's a shame you're in all this debt because you spend on a lot of stupid shit. It's such a shame. I feel like the government should come help you out, man. I feel like there shouldn't be that at all. Is that what the TikToker wants?
With capitalism or disagrees capitalism who watches my show, that's not what matters. We have a system, and I'm helping people navigate that system instead of holding them and crying and be like, yes, I'm so sorry. I wish housing was free for you. It's not. And that's not going to help them. I help them navigate the system and learn. That's what actually helps them. Hi, listen here, Financial Audit. I've curated the exact resources and tools I personally use. Sources do the same all the way up 1%.
No one cares.
Deposit investing with it. Number 4, if T-Mobile the phone score and you will not regard corporate muncher. Well, we know who we're dealing with there. I lost a little bit of weight and suddenly a fitness guru. Buddy, I've made fun of everyone for literally everything since the show started. I lost a little bit of weight, but
bro, how much weight has Caleb lost? All right, let's pull up his channel again. I don't know why he sent me back to the same damn video. This guy has not lost weight at all.
What's your
Not at all.
criticism?
His chili's actually worth it. That's a funny video, dude. Why are all these members only things popping up? I do not care. Where's like an actual video I can watch?
You're about to be a mother of a
Alright.
child and you're being given an allowance.
Sometimes I feel like he overspends.
That's mortgage on the house.
Bro. I don't want to see these fat people. I want to see the third fat person.
To the payday.
Bro, this guy this guy has not lost weight. I feel like this guy has gained weight. Hold on.
What's your
Let's go through all this. Where's like one of his first ones?
You were just going through college, maxing out cards, huh? Semi-monthly. Yeah, okay.
My paycheck
God
comes
damn,
out
it switches.
around 1900.
Cents.
Yes.
33. When did you?
Bro, this guy has gained weight. This guy has gained weight. This guy hasn't lost a little bit of weight. This guy has gained. This guy has gained weight. Caleb is lying. Caleb is lying here.
About it. I'm like, I make fun of everyone for everything. It's just you that's noticed. Stopped watching once you started doing ads for something you pay for when this whole thing is getting rid of subscriptions. I'm saying you shouldn't pay for bullshit when you don't have the money. If you do, fucking yeah. I tell people to spend 30% of their income on fun. What are you talking about? What are these people talking about? It's like, I swear they don't listen to me. I swear they don't actually listen to the words I say before they criticize the words I say. Every time people mention Caleb Hammer, I immediately picture Caleb Hammer. What is this Heron thing? What is this Heron? Am I competing with a new Caleb? Am I competing with a new Caleb? Caleb Heron. Okay. I guess he's a comedian. Listen, I guess I'm not the fattest
Oh,
Caleb
shit.
anymore. Yay, I win.
They look the fucking same. Holy shit. That's funny as hell.
Oh no, I made a fat
I don't got a clue who fucking Caleb Heron is.
joke. TikTok, are you gonna
That's
die?
funny as hell.
You gonna
That's funny as hell.
fucking shit everywhere? Oh, here's another. Speaking of the Caleb, we both wear glasses. We're both fat. Yeah, I get it. I don't think his hair's curly. I didn't look that long.
He's
Who
mad.
does he think he is, for real? The guy that the people literally signed up and begged to say the things I'm saying to them. And that's it. That's fucking it, you moron. Thought you Caleb Heron. Oh my gosh. More with this Caleb Heron. Her entire audience is Caleb Heron. Timu Caleb, I guess. Brady on a budget responded to you on his YouTube. I didn't know he had a YouTube. What do you say? No, I do invest my money. We received an email from him finally a couple days afterwards. And he was like, "Yo, let's collab. Let's have fun." And I sent that to my producers if they can come up with an idea to collab
Holy
with him.
shit.
Could be fun. I'm just afraid he's just really smelly. Even if a waiver is signed, it's still weird. Uh-oh, guys, we're getting fucking TikTok words. It's weird. It's creepy. Yeah. Like, this is just what when they have nothing they can actually say, they just say weird.
Caleb is a weird guy. He's a creepy guy. I would not want to be in a room with Caleb Hammer. All right, we love Caleb Hammer, but I would not be alone in a room with him.
Creepy. That's it. A piece of paper waiving liability doesn't release it from being weird. Oh, they said weird twice. They doubled down on the fucking weird word. It's TikTok. TikTok to its cord. Fucking great. Like, what are the people we're dealing with here? so fucking weird, dude. Oh, I used it too. Oh no, they're coming off on me. They're coming all over me. Like, I don't even know. It's not even about they signed the same liability that any talk show has for obvious reasons. That's
like obviously you're a weirdo. You're like let's go in it up. Let's go in it up.
not why we say the things we do. We do because we talk to them about being able to say it and not say the things they don't want to. Okay, actually, let's talk about the fat thing. Let's talk about the fat thing real quick. Okay, she's angry at fat shamed. Well, I'm not going to say who, but it's a more recent upload with a larger individual. And we asked, what can we not say? And she says, I've seen you make fat jokes before, and I just don't want to talk about my size. And I said, okay. And we had a financial audit, just as good as any. And I didn't mention once her size because that's what she said she didn't want to talk about. So I
Good job, Kayla.
It's as easy as that, yo. These people agree to it. They beg for it. It's like I specifically, there was one dude, he didn't have the best teeth. He requested I didn't make fun of his teeth. So I didn't. I didn't sit there and say, are you sure I really want to? Please, sir, let me do that. No, it was it. We have fun. But the roasting and the fucking jokes and the slamming the desk and going crazy and giving tough love is only fun when they fully agree to it. And I never want to actually hurt someone's feelings. If they don't want it, I respect it and I don't say it. That's probably something this lady doesn't know. One, because why would she? Who gives a fuck? Like this, you're not a part of the show. Why the fuck do you think you're entitled to this, you dumb fucking creature? Like, what is happening? And by the way, she consented to me commenting on this, by the way, from her uploading this on the internet, by the way, is how that works. And I'm not giving her the same level of charitability I give people in the audience who come on the show. So, like, what are we doing here? Someone told me not to mention their weight, so I didn't. And that episode was uploaded with no fat jokes, no weight talk. That's it. It was as literally easy as that. That's all they have to do. Let's see what this controversy says. Let's see what this...
Yikes.
And by the way,
shit.
she uploaded something to the internet, so literally anyone is allowed to talk about it.
I don't know if I'm being too woke, but do you know that account, the financial audit, with
The financial audit, guy. The financial audit.
Caleb Hammer? I used to love those videos
Thank you.
because I got into like a hobby last quarter. I was really into just budgeting.
Well, that's not a good sign that you thought budgeting was a hobby that you get into for the quarter. That usually means you're going to end up with literally only a quarter in your checking account if you're considering it a hobby for a few months. Okay. I mean, she probably saw the fucking bundled snack deals at Taco Bell are back.
As my activity in like finances, I thought was really interesting.
She thought finances was really interesting. I'm glad to hear it's not anymore.
And so I was watching it, but I have to like unfollow that guy because
Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh no, my retirement.
he was like starting to give me the ick for two main reasons.
Girl, let me tell you, you've never looked at anything, any kind of meat, and I got some meat. You've never looked at anything that has given you the ick. We wouldn't be here right now. You have never felt the ick once. These people...
Hold on. Rewind it. All right. This there's a beautiful young lady saying Caleb Hammer, Caleb Hammer, give me an ick. Wait, what does Caleb respond with?
We wouldn't be here right now. You have never felt the ick once. These people are fucking...
No, actually, you've never felt the ick. You know, we wouldn't be here if you felt the ick. The fuck is that response?
Morons who are offended. Listen, you can there's actually a lot you can criticize me for, and we can have reasonable conversations. But if the one thing you fucking go at me for is being offended on behalf of people who are not offended, you are literally the bottom of our species. And we can all fit on her, trust me. So we'll be fine. Why do we give these people... Why do we listen to these people? I know they're in a TikTok bubble of sensitive fucking creatures that just go insane about everything and just get offended like a hobby because it's all they have in their life. They have nothing in their life other than tearing down other people and being offended, being sad. Like, who are you? They're not offended. Why are you offended on their behalf? You're a fucking creature.
He's kind of like a little ableist, I fear. Like, this girl went on his show recently, and she's got a speech impediment, and I don't know if I'm extra sensitive because I have a lisp and I grew up with one, but
I honestly don't hear this list, but if she's going to say She's offended by me making fun of the person with the speech impediment. I'm sure we could release it because we start recording a couple minutes before filming, so maybe we would actually have this. But I literally sat there and I was like, by the way, I noticed you have a speech impediment. Can I make fun of it? And she says, oh, please do. Those are my favorite jokes. I love those jokes. And then she played into them the entire episode. So the person with a speech impediment who gave me not only consent, but almost direction to make fun of it, wasn't offended and had fun with it. And then this fucking comes onto TikTok, fucking comes out here and gets offended on behalf of someone that was never offended but actually encouraged it. And she's gonna make content off of it. So you're damn fucking right, I'm gonna make content.
He makes fun of the fact that she can't pronounce her R's, and he like even adds it into the captions, like she had pronounced.
Yeah, hey, actually, yep, guys. What's the channel at? What are we at? Like 1.5 million subscribers, right? The channel with 1.5 million subscribers. We got 1 million followers on TikTok. We post 3 videos a day, or we post 3 membership videos a day, 3 episodes of Financial Audit a week, 2 VODs a day, plus live streaming, plus 3 shorts a day. 2.5. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, you're right. 2.5. Fuck, I forgot. Sorry. 2.5. I feel like a moron. Yeah, I'm out there editing the text specifically of all the shorts posted. Yes, me doing that. We definitely don't have shorts editors who are hired to just make the best shorts.
Honestly, like I don't pay Went because she can't pronounce her R's properly.
She encouraged this.
I don't know. I was like, that doesn't really feel appropriate.
Oh no! Oh guys! Oh no! Fuck! Oh shit! The person who wasn't on the show didn't find it appropriate. Oh fuck, guys! Shut it down! Cancel the show! Go home!
This is gay as hell. This is feminine ass
Today was the
behavior.
last upload. At least we went out on a banger with the fucking thruple. At least we went out on the thruple. Guys, someone who wasn't on the show got upset for the person who was on the show who actively encouraged the very thing we're talking about. Oh, fuck!
Even, like, no matter what the situation is, and a lot of people were trying to act like she was faking it, and I just think that we should never...
She was not faking it. She has a very big lisp.
...feel comfortable telling people we think that their disabilities are fake, because...
What? Oh, she's saying the commenters. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people who say they have a disability and then they literally never got diagnosed and they got it from fucking TikTok. Yeah, I'll make fun of those people. Okay.
Because we don't know these people. And if that alone wasn't bad enough, which I personally think it is, he's lately been feeding his guests' pictures into AI.
The agency we contract for our shorts, I guess. So listen, I've never even seen this short. Like, I don't even know what the fuck is happening. Who even gives a shit? We have the right from all legal standard and fucking consent from them in every way to use their image. So, like, what are we doing? But yep, that's me personally going in there intentionally and using AI and killing the environment. Ah!
To, like, have content to use. I don't know if they, like, agree to this beforehand.
Yes, they do. I'm glad you're outraged about something that, I don't know if they actually do this or not. Right, wonderful. You know, maybe we looked at
it is lazy as hell. It is
something that doesn't actually exist.
And, you know, they might, but if they aren't, like, this feels really weird to me.
There we go. We got it again. It's weird. It's creepy.
Bro, it gets the Caleb when some freak calls him weird or creepy. Sure, man. It's a nerve for him.
And this isn't the first video I've seen this on. Like, I don't know. I feel like I know, like, the
Is it weird, perhaps?
whole gag of the show is that, like, people go on there and, you know, they're really, like, ridiculous, and then he yells at them and whips them into shape or whatever. But this just kind
I was about to do a whip noise. I shouldn't with what's currently on screen. I held back. I'm here to be praised for thinking before speaking for the first time in my
What the
life.
fuck does he have the
of
whip
feels like
noise?
punching down.
Ready to go.
If it was just a random person on the fucking street who didn't consent to it, who didn't fucking come and literally ask me to do it, sure, valid criticism. But it's not. It's the absolute opposite, you creature.
I think, like, at this point, I don't know. Like, I feel like he's just rage baiting, like, let me get someone on the show to be mean to.
Oh, heard the list. Let me get someone. Uh-oh, I made fun of someone. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Someone uploaded something to the internet so you get to comment on it. Who would have thought? I mean, the clips are fucking crazy, and obviously she's only reacting to a clip. Of course, our clippers, whose entire goal is to clip moments
is he just
the
gonna
workforce, where you
All right, there's
have
another
fun
one.
and they goon with us. You're 100%
Goon with
correct.
us.
And now
Oh.
you're true. And let's go to the other. Actually, a very and for the membership on YouTube. True. Bold of you to assume they're employed. That is actually a very good point. I didn't think about that. And let's go to the other side. You know where we're actually at? And then there's actually real people who actually watch the entire show. And then they post this. Me and my debit
Oh, he's about to
card
read it.
looking at each other in the drive-through line. So these are the people who watch the show, have fun, and they goon with us, and they understand the consent of the
Yeah, man. They goon with us. They goon with us.
show. And
and then he gets annoyed when they call him when they call him weird. When they say, "Oh, Caleb Hammer gives me the ick."
and they actually walk away and they change their lives. These are the people like you. These are the sane people, the people who don't get offended by everything, who actually go and change their lives because the show has a lot of information. The show is very interesting. You don't see people go with it, people, and people that get and respect.
Holy shit! How long is he self-glazing, bro?
This message goes out to Caleb Hammer.
Oh, hi.
I'm trying to reach out to you. I reached out to you via TikTok.
I'm here. You got me. Sorry, I honestly didn't even realize there's a second half of this. It was just another person with a debit card with my face on it.
Messages and email. I'm trying to reach out so that way we could possibly collaborate
Okay.
with Cuckoo Covers and give the people what they want, and that is debit cards.
Well, I'll reach out to her, but see, again, this is another person who has fun with it, walks away from the show, has a
is the
good
rest of
time,
this just
goons
self-glazing?
it up during the show, and then
All right. Caleb, he responded. He responded to controversy, fat shaming. All right, I'll probably end the stream with this, but first I got TikToks lined up of people talking about the rapture. The rapture was supposed to happen last
The rapture is back.
last Tuesday? Nothing happened. I didn't see anyone disappear. All right, so let's watch this. I've got three different TikToks we can look at. You know, hopefully to educate us. Well, let's hit play.
Might think that the pastor who gave the original prophecy that it was going to be on September 23rd was wrong, but you would be wrong because he was actually right all along. And I know what you're thinking. How could that be? You did not see any bodies flying towards the sky on September 23rd. Well, it is because we were using the wrong calendar. Jesus doesn't know that we changed our calendar, and we should have been using the Julian calendar because that is the calendar that they used back in the day. So it is now rescheduled to October 6th to 7th.
That calendar is behind by
When is that?
Now Percy is very
We got 5 or 6 days left.
He thought that God had spoken to him directly and that it was going to be on September 23rd, but now it all makes sense. And he is not alone. There are a lot of people who are coming back online and saying that they are sure this time.
Because when he was on the earth, the Julian calendar was the calendar they followed. So he is going to come back on the Feast of Trumpets on the Julian calendar.
Here's where I have some disappointing news. The guy that sold his car and said that he was no longer going to talk about the rapture publicly, he has pretty much walked that back at this point. He has been making a lot of videos about the rapture. And while he has not said that it will be on October 6th or 7th, he is liking a bunch of comments.
6-7?
Like wink
6-7?
about it because he said he wasn't going to say the exact date, but he is saying it without saying it.
I got my shofar yesterday. Jesus is coming very, very soon. If you know, you know. Wink, wink.
So it looks like we are going to get to do all of this again very soon, and I will keep you updated on any rapture news.
All right, we'll stay updated. We'll be waiting on be waiting on October 6-7. Alright, let's get the other one. POV, your school brings you outside for the rapture, so the ceiling doesn't prevent us from going up. Big thinking happening at the school.
So I have to tell you.
All right, we got the one from earlier. Let's see what she yaps about.
After the 23rd and the 24th of September passed, I was confused. I still believed that Jesus was coming and that he was on his way, but I felt like there was some type of delay. Something had happened, right? I could not believe that, all these confirmations, tens of thousands of people could all be wrong, and that this wasn't going to happen.
How could it be?
And a video popped up on my phone from another Christian who was seeking God and asking for answers just like I was. As he fasted, the Holy Spirit revealed the Julian calendar to him. In October of 1582, the calendar was changed from Julian to Gregorian. The Julian calendar is 13 days behind our calendar. So today is September 27th on the Gregorian calendar, but it's only September 14th on the Julian calendar. So I started to think, okay, this would explain, right, why Jesus didn't come on September 23rd or 24th. It's because when he was on the earth, the Julian calendar was the calendar they followed. So he is going to come back on the Feast of Trumpets on the Julian calendar, which happens to be October 6th and 7th on our Gregorian calendar.
6-7.
These will be the Feast of Trumpet dates, and he will come to get his bride. So, just a quick history lesson, right? All of the spring feasts were fulfilled on the Julian calendar, okay? And we know that they were Passover, unleavened bread, first fruits, and Pentecost. Those were our spring ones, and they were fulfilled on the Julian calendar. The fall ones have not been fulfilled yet. So that is the Feast of Trumpets, Day of Atonement, and the Tabernacles. So
this is just going to be more religious rambling. I do not care. October 6-7. The rapture. Watch out. All right, let's see see the fucking.
I do want to start talking about Gen Z men.
Fucking podcast episode where he gets on Atrioc. The guy that was caught gooning to his colleagues, gooning to his best friend's wife. Recently after he came back from being embarrassed, videos aren't that bad. I don't really watch them, but like. Sometimes I watch like one of them like every 2 months, and they're not that bad. We'll see what he has.
Men, they range from angry to openly nihilistic. They can't go back to the status quo. Gavin, they just can't. Seems like the DNC as a whole is trying to run a very similar playbook that didn't work and is wondering why they're not getting different results.
This is Gavin Newsom. And this is Brennan Ewing, a.k.a. Atrioc. All right, Brennan Ewing.
Hey.
Welcome, brother.
Gavin, pleasure.
It's good to be with you. A.k.a. Atrioc.
You got it right.
Your online name.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to in a minute. And for folks that don't know you, millions of people do because they watch you religiously. You're a rock star on YouTube, content creator, a Twitch live streamer, speed runner. We'll talk about what the heck that means. People are wondering, what am I talking about? But also really focused on building community around marketing, around business. And that's what your background represented, working at Twitch, working in NVIDIA.
Yep.
We can talk about AI chips, but I really wanted you on because with so much focus on what happened a few weeks ago with Charlie Kirk and Tyler Robinson.
You know what? We're gonna do. We're gonna do the Slitter.io thing again. We're gonna do it again. because I don't know. Make it easier to pass the time. Alright, fuck it. Fuck should my name be? It's gonna be 6-7.
Person has been accused. Some of the gaming questions and issues that came up, some of the memes that were allegedly part of some components of the investigation, the broader conversations we're having in this country around the manosphere and what's happening with gaming culture generally, issues of boys and men, everything about this, and it kept coming back to you.
And the men aren't
So it's
alright.
great.
I hope it didn't all come back to me.
I all came back to you
Well,
as the guy that can explain, to unpack all of this stuff.
We talked about this in the before this, and I wanted to first of all I want to say, you mentioned millions of people might know my stuff. Maybe a little less than that, but the people that know me, I think they'll like me. People that don't know me, when they hear content creator or YouTuber or Twitch streamer, I think they have an instant dislike, and I don't really blame them. Like I don't think I think most people have an instant distrust of someone who has that as their job. And I get it. So I want to try
most
and
most
get
streamers
across
are free.
why people are turning to this, why this is becoming a new form of media, and also understand that like if this is not for you, I get it. It's not. Yeah.
No, but I mean,
Not
it
for
should be. But people, I mean, it explains more things in more ways on more days, particularly to parents. I mean, I've got 4 young kids, and it's pretty overwhelming, the gaming culture that's out there. So, I mean, what is it? I mean, 70+% of teenagers are active gamers. Is that
among men? I assume it's higher. I think it's a lot higher.
Even higher, right?
Yeah. So I wanted to start with that, and I don't think this is your stance, but it's like really important for me to get across early. It feels like in the wake of what happened with Charlie Kirk, there is a reignition of old debates around how violent video games are the problem. And I just want to be so clear.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember seeing it. I did think it was gonna happen, but I didn't actually see it. I didn't actually see it happen. Maybe it brings up examples.
From my POV and from the POV of my audience, who's again younger Gen Z men, that's an insane way to look at this. South Korea, Japan, UK, Germany, France, they all have the same rate of video game playing, and they have none of the violent crime, or a small fraction of the violent crime.
That's exactly right.
There is no real correlation with it.
Yep.
So what I'll say is it's an easy scapegoat. It is a really easy scapegoat.
Yeah.
And we can go into this for a while, but...
No, and by the way, full stipulate, could not agree with you more.
Okay.
As someone that's deeply focused on the issue of gun violence, mass shootings, and all these things, and sort of the lazy punditry that comes back to this gaming culture has been completely debunked, 100%.
Yeah.
So could not agree with that more, just stipulating an alignment of thinking on that.
No, sure. And then, they're saying, I think they're about to haul the head of Reddit and Discord and Twitch and all these people in front of Congress. Listen, the addiction to these things, and there's some of this is addiction. Right. I will say some young men are spending a large percentage of their time on these platforms.
Oh, shit.
This is a symptom. This is a symptom of them having almost nowhere else to go. And especially when I talk about gaming. The idea that gaming is driving isolation and not isolation is leading to people trying to find an escape or connection through gaming, it's the other way around. I mean, that is what's happening. So I don't know if you have children, you have young boys?
Four young kids, yeah.
Can I ask what
age
your boys are?
Right.
Oldest just turned 16, and the 2 boys, 9 and 13.
Are they gamers? Are they Roblox? Are they Fortnite? Are they
Every single day, I am battling them on YouTube, watching someone else play Minecraft.
Yeah.
Watching someone else play a video game. They're obsessed, buddy.
And so what I would say is, I assume you do the normal thing parents are doing, especially in SF. They limit screen time, things like that. But to be honest, if you told them they can't play Roblox or they can't play Fortnite, you would make them less socially, like they are less able to connect to their friends nowadays.
Yeah.
That is how they're doing it. That is, I know it's a generation disconnect, but that is not the problem. The young men that are turning to Discord servers in gaming are trying to find friends and connection. They are logging on after work and hanging out in voice chats with their friend and having a good time. This is like the one thing that's keeping them sane in a world that is going, I think, increasingly insane and not offering them
Is it really keeping you sane?
Let's unpack, because I think a lot of people, obviously, YouTube people are familiar with. There's a sort of generation, though, that's heard of Twitch.
Yeah.
That's heard of Kick. That's heard of Discord, but they don't know
being
what
on a
these
Discord
things
VC
are.
is
Reddit,
probably better
maybe
than
people are a little bit more familiar
not
with.
talking to anyone.
But talk to me. And when I started, I mean, Twitch is sort of a go-to for a lot of folks in the gaming space. But explain what these are, what these platforms represent, how they started, and what they've become.
Yeah, so I worked at Twitch right around the time it started. And it was a very lucky thing for me because I was a ASU, Arizona State University, the Harvard of the Southwest, they call it, graduate and, middling grades. And I played a lot of games. And it was very, very lucky that I found this route into Twitch, which was a website which allowed gamers to broadcast themselves online. That was the idea. I'm playing the game. Maybe I'm particularly good at it. Maybe I'm funny while I play it. And people that also played the game found that to be entertaining, and they would start to build communities and audiences, and it would grow.
And tell me, at what time were people starting to really? I mean, was it a particular individual that said, "Hey, I'm going to put myself online"? Was there a moment that marked consciousness of this whole? I mean, because it's become a gigantic business, and we'll get to that in a moment. But was Twitch really the first to really popularize as a platform?
No one cares. No one cares.
That found this niche early.
Yeah.
No one cares about the history of streaming.
2014-ish. That's around when I joined. And it grows, and then around COVID, it explodes. Because everyone's stuck at home, and it just hits the right time in the right place.
So let's back up a little bit. You discovered Twitch as someone not just doing content, but someone that was marketing the content. Were you working for
I never had any interest in doing content myself. Yeah. I was at Twitch, and they needed someone to go on camera every now and then, and I was the one stupid enough to volunteer. And I got some training, and I was using the program.
And you got on camera, and you started doing what? You started explaining the video.
I would talk about
themselves.
here's the thing. So what I'm saying might sound completely unwatchable to someone who doesn't play video games.
Yeah.
But since 2014 to now, the platform has changed dramatically. The biggest thing on the website is not games at all. It's just people talking to the camera about their lives, about the news, about what's going on in the world. People are just using it because it's a real direct connection.
Yeah.
Okay? And so that has become the main. The gaming is still a big part of Twitch, but it's into the culture. You might play games a little bit during the day, then switch talking about the news, switch talking about watching YouTube videos.
Right.
I mean, you can do anything. So that's the path that we went on.
Yeah.
At the time, I'm sorry. What was your? Sorry.
No, but at the time you were. But what was the biggest content that was being provided at that time? Was there a particular game that was mostly popularized, or that was disproportionately being popularized?
Yeah, what blew it up?
This does not matter.
First it was
does
COVID,
not matter.
And then I would say,
I don't know why my
celebrities started to go
talking
on
about this.
every now and then.
No one cares.
I think Drake
No one
played with
cares,
Ninja,
bro.
some Fortnite, and that. I was there. I saw every little step would blow Twitch up a little bit more, and then it started to get bigger and bigger.
Right.
But what I would say is it's spread beyond Twitch now. It's got Kick, it's got YouTube Live, it's TikTok Live.
Right.
What I'm saying is people right now are just engaging through content creators because they have this more direct one-to-one connection. Actually, what I'll say, what it is, and you probably deal with this as a challenge when you're trying to speak. People are very, very tired of inauthenticity.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. People feel like everyone's out to sell them something, everyone's out to get them, and even content creators are doing this.
Yeah.
But they're trying to find somebody they can trust. That is the main thing.
Right.
Is trust. And
So you're saying kids are going online and they end up looking for that. They see someone they can identify with through a medium that they're already identified with, a game that they have in common, or
something in
interests
common
that they have in common. And so Twitch figured this thing out. And you made an important point. Twitch is not just a platform exclusively for gaming.
Not even close. The biggest thing on the platform is not gaming. I think that's a shock to some people, but it really is just people talking, people having fun.
And it's these sort of areas of interest where you get into these group chats, and there's sort of an interactivity. People are engaged in a two-way conversation, not just one way.
Yeah, it's live. I mean, at a big enough chat, you're not really talking one-to-one, but the idea is people feel like their voice is somewhat being heard.
And what's the difference between Twitch and Discord?
So Discord is just a chat room. And that's why it's kind of funny.
Holy shit.
There's a lot of,
Gabon
among Gen Z,
Gabon
there's
is
these
old
memes
as
going
hell.
around about people getting messages from their parents. I heard you're using Discord. Were you talking to this?
Maybe because he thinks like the audience is older.
Right. It's your own
And he
private
has,
little room with
he
your
has to
friends.
give, like, these
Discord is the platform.
explanations.
It's like saying, I heard you're using an iPhone. Did the killer use an iPhone? Did you? You know what I'm saying? It's just you're not in the same
And you're referring to, because there was, I mean, you hear about Discord often in the context of some of these more high profile instances.
Yeah.
Obviously, this Tyler Robinson is accused of shooting Charlie Kirk, used a Discord.
Yeah, but he
account.
used a Discord chat room with his friends. Nobody else is. It's and it's any medium could have done this. The idea that Discord is uniquely brewing people like this is unsubstantiated.
Got it. So the gaming area, most of the gaming platforms, YouTube's sort of dominant in the space, along with Twitch. Who else is sort of emerging in the gaming space as the platform, the sort of to-go platform?
Yeah, I would say YouTube and Twitch is the vast majority of people doing this. You could talk about Kick, you could talk about Rumble, you could talk about the more fringe, wild ones, but Twitch and YouTube. And YouTube is the 800-pound gorilla in the space. It really is mostly YouTube. That's where people are getting it. That's where I'm putting out my content online. That's where most people are getting it.
And so you started just as you just were there in Arizona, you're just getting good on games. You just, you just found this sort of a proclivity for it. You're loving it. You remember the first game you were like deep into, like you're just obsessed with?
Okay, well, now here's what I want to say is like, this is me in Arizona. I
graduated. Why are they wasting time talking about this?
I had okay grades, and the college is not some incredible degree. Okay, so I'm figuring it out, and thanks to a lucky opportunity, and thanks to the economy being in a better spot at the time, I get this last chopper out of Nam. It feels like where I get a decent chance to go off and make enough money to now I can I'm married. I have a house that I'm paying down. It's expensive, but so. I have friends now who are younger than me that are like, I have a friend who's graduating from Berkeley, computer science, smart guy. He's graduating in an environment that is 100 times harder to get a job than it was in 2014, 2015.
No doubt.
It's not his fault. He didn't do anything different. So that is going to make him more likely to be nihilistic. It's more likely to make him disengage from the system, more likely to make him angry at politicians left and right. It's tough to say that, like, I just find it, and you're not doing this, but I'm saying I'm finding it frustrating, the endless pointing to Discord, Reddit, Twitch. This has nothing to do with it. It is the situation where people are more and more desperate for a direction to go. So yeah, I can tell you about a game I played. I mean, I wasted my college on a game like League of Legends. I wasted,
But you didn't waste your, because you created a career.
I got lucky, Gavin. I don't think that's, and what I do now has almost nothing to do with gaming, I'll be honest with you. My audience hates when I game.
Is that right? But you're a world record holder, just so people have an understanding who we're talking to here. You crushed it, world record holder, for Hitman, right?
Yeah, there's a game called Hitman where you're flying around. And that is a time of my life where I started doing this when I was working at NVIDIA. I was working some insane hours, and I wanted to come home and disengage. I wanted to just play video games, and I wanted some friends in the chat to do it. Yeah. That did pretty well, and it started to take off. Then after COVID, I started talking about, I'm an avid reader. I'm reading the news every day, and I just give my thoughts. That started to take off, and eventually that was enough that I could leave a job that was really stable and good at NVIDIA to try and do this full time.
And you started to be able to monetize it at that level.
Sure,
as a guy working for one of the great chip companies on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Now one of the biggest market cap companies, quite literally,
in
the world.
Yeah.
And you started making the kind of money that you said, man, I'm just full-time now on this.
I was full,
Nothing pejorative about a content creator, quite the contrary. It's just the opposite.
I don't know.
I mean, no, you're an entrepreneur. You're a small business person. You put something out there, took a risk. You're on a platform. You're taking a passion. You're sharing it. In a very public way, you're building an audience, marketing it. I mean, that's pretty damn
I
impressive.
appreciate everything you're saying, and it's nice of you to say, but there, as with all things, there's some aspect of hard work and some aspect of luck. And and the idea that this is the path that everyone could just, I can think of so many times things could have gone a different way, and I'll be in a different spot.
And you'll acknowledge, I mean, and I think it's just important to illuminate. I mean, but a lot of people are finding this path, right? I mean, this is becoming the opportunities.
You kind of are lately, huh?
No, yeah, well, no. I mean, I'm not. We'll see what happens, but in terms of my future, Jesus. But it's interesting to me. I mean, I think it's people just to understand and absorb sort of this digital first experience. I mean, there's a whole generation that, frankly, they're digital. Obviously, we talk about digital immigrants versus digital natives in sort of a lazy vernacular. But this whole digital first experience is radically changing everything, including sports. And we're going to get to that in a moment. But the gaming culture is real. It's growing. You've got stadiums now, quite literally filled, physical stadiums with people watching these esports and other people playing games.
This shit is lame as hell. This shit is lame as hell. What else I gotta talk about? What else do I have? I think I saw... I think we should, I think we'll go back to what we talked about last stream. I saw the Majority Report release a video talking shit about Ezra Klein. We'll play that. Is this one right? Yeah. 21 hours ago, Ezra Klein ripped to shreds by his own audience. Big fan of Ezra Klein. Slight fan of Sam Seder. Sam Seder, he's alright guy. But we'll see what he has to say.
Rochester.
About
I figured
Ezra's
out how to
recent
describe
podcast.
Ezra and liberalism in general. What he's saying is a reflection of orthodox capitalist radical neutrality, where you set aside all ethics and morality in the name of taking more power, aka making more money. Don't put a sign in the window of your business that says no racist, but also don't put a sign that says trans welcome. Don't take any moral positions in order to be easily commodified for selling the public your bullshit. It's hilarious that Ta-Nehisi gives to a wide perspective for Ezra while you guys are too effing granular. He wants people to have blinders on and just look what he wants. Exactly. All right, 2 more of these and then I'm gonna Sam, the Twitch collective is feeling slighted by the lack of poggers earlier, and we now demand not only a poggers, but
Bro, what is this fucking show?
A what? Uwa? Do you know what that is?
Is he trying to read Uwu?
I'm not sure,
Bro.
but I've seen it before.
To make up for it, poggers and uwu. I don't know. Brian's looking like somebody just
what?
Bro,
Seasucker.
Emma with no engagement.
Since when did MR censor the broadcast?
I just thought Seasucker sounded funny.
Josh from Houston. Houston, want to
W follow Jose. Jose is here.
For the Texas A&M professor Melissa McCool.
I don't know how long you've been watching, but if you remember, Jose, if you remember last stream, we watched Ezra Klein's podcast with Mr. Coates, where they argue about Charlie Squirt. And 21 hours ago, Sam Seder from the Majority Report put out a segment from one of their shows where they talk about it. But for the first 2 minutes, he's just reading out chat, and chat wants him to say uwu and poggers.
Cool, who was fired for her lit course that had LGBTQ material. Have to remember, it's not just TV comedians that are being attacked. Folks, check that out. All right, I'm gonna restart the computer. In the meantime, let's all those IMs. Can't stand.
I have some still.
Okay. All right. Well, let's play this. Ta-Nehisi Coates and Ezra Klein were on the Ezra Klein show. Now, look, one of the conversations I tried to have with Ezra Klein when he came on was, and if you've read the Abundance book, this is what's amazing to me. All the people who said, like, did you really read the book? I did. It was very broad. There was a section about housing, but then half the book, or at least a third of the book, was also about government grants. and completely elides like the whole process, other than it was an anti-tax movement that made the government cheap, for lack of a better term, with government grants, because you had conservative, I don't care if they were Democrats or Republicans, complaining like, why are we spending $1 million on the spotted owl's bird poop, studies? That's what happened. It wasn't equivalent to local governments or even the federal government putting restrictions on building in San Francisco or California. I mean, and I wanted to talk about the general sort of broader concept of who gets to speak in these decisions. And according to Ezra, it's gotten too broad, too democratic, because you've allowed outside groups to interfere with government capacity. And those outside groups, incidentally, are not billionaires or wealthy people. They are organized groups like environmentalists or unions or presumably black people who want to have minority set-asides, or presumably women who want to
He never blame blacks. He never blame
women
unions. I don't know why Sam is lying here.
Contracts. Here is Ta-Nehisi Coates and Ezra Klein.
And yeah, this is about, at this point, they're speaking about how Ezra has suggested recently that Democrats should run anti-choice Democrats in states that are harder to win. Now,
No, Emma. Ezra Klein did not say that. Ezra Klein said that we should be looking in elections that are harder to win. We should be willing to run candidates that we might not fully like, including pro-life Democrats. He did not say running a pro-life Democrat in like red states would like automatically win an election. He just said
started at like
that
pink
it could be a starting
when
point
he first made this argument, and there was
to winning
such
back power in
backlash
these
that
areas.
then he started talking about, what about Arkansas?
Because the initial states he mentions had like voted on abortion post the Roe flipping, and they had supported the abortion rights.
In fact, abortion rights overperform the Democratic Party consistently on ballot referendums, and also in the evidence that we have about the midterms in 2022 versus Harris and Trump, where we saw that overperformance was largely due to the backlash from Roe v. Wade and less about the Democratic Party.
They are blaming
which
us.
has an
They're
approval rating
attacking
that's
here.
in the shitter
They're
right
attacking
now.
Ricky Live.
So I just want to preface this by saying that Ezra's whole conceit here is counterfactual. And he begins trying to explain how he feels or what his idea is to Ta-Nehisi Coates.
There was like a strategic discipline about finding it.
So I just if you will take this very gentle pushback.
Yeah, please.
I think
you're here for it.
I haven't seen exactly what people are saying, online in terms of this, but I do think like what immediately strikes me is if you take, I know you would just, it's not, the example necessarily that you would hold out, about reproductive rights, but I think the problem with musing about that is abandoning it is a very real possibility for people who don't have the option necessarily to fly to another state or do X, Y, and Z. So I suspect when they hear somebody of your status, even if it's not the example you mean, putting it out in the air, like they feel, and it's not just that you're putting it out in the air.
Dude, who cares if I mean, yes, I do care if suddenly you're in North Carolina, ban abortions. I would care. But if you give me a choice between a Republican running away with it or having a pro-life Democrat governor, I would choose the pro-life Democrat governor, which is what Ezra is saying.
Yeah, it's putting it out in the air and actually I don't necessarily even mean that one. No, like if you're gonna say that, I think you really gotta.
I'll stand behind
it. You gotta put the data behind it. I think that's really, really important.
I will say, and I think this is actually the nub of it, right? Like I'm glad we're sort of here. I am saying the thing it sounds like I am saying. To be very, very clear.
Right.
I think in a place like Nebraska, you should try to run some pro-life Democrats. I wish people.
Can you pause it for a second?
That
So Dan Osborne will come up later in the conversation, right? And he, well, actually, I'm sorry. Keep going. But like, didn't Missouri, by the way, that could be an example of a state. Didn't Missouri just vote to protect abortion rights?
Here's the broader problem: is the sequencing is wrong.
Yeah.
The issue isn't we can run some, economic moderate, and all they need to do is be pro-life like the Republican. The issue is we need to have a populist working class candidate. And if they need to, I mean, this is the way, and I'm saying this is how you would genuinely approach this if he was even being anything other than disingenuous about it. We need to have a working class candidate who needs to be forgiven and given latitude on the margins, because this is going to be a marginal seat for Democrats, which we need for this person to vote for, hopefully not Chuck Schumer, but just for the time being, Chuck Schumer to be the Senate Majority Leader. So this person who has a strong working class politics and could create a new coalition may need latitude on certain social issues. Abortion would be a very bad one, just as a strategic or tactical measure, because you're never going to, like, anybody who votes on that issue is never going to vote for the Democrat. Never, ever, ever.
Yeah.
That's not the nature of that particular issue. If you're talking about guns, if you're talking about immigration, if you're talking about, religious values, if you're talking about even like in the context of like church stuff or whatever it is, there may be more latitude where that will make that candidate less alienating to people. But abortion is a completely different thing. We have seen over and over and over again that the anti-abortion forces are almost definitionally binary and extremist. There is no middle ground. There is no sort of like softening of people who vote on that. They do not like hedge. It's not like, it's one thing to say like, well, I think, maybe abortion on demand until, 15 minutes after birth. You shouldn't be saying that.
But the people that might be inclined on the margins to vote for a candidate that is a Democrat or say like an independent like Dan Osborne in a red state would be hooked by the baseline foundation of a pro-working class anti-billionaire politics first, which Ezra fundamentally takes off the table in his arguments.
Yes, he starts with, let's trade.
No, Ezra never has. Ezra never has.
What you're doing is you're just taking a Republican.
But you can see why this is an attractive argument to a class of wealthy liberal, and it's been done.
You can criticize Ezra Klein's abundance ideas as being like too broad, too generic. But don't say he's anti-criticizing billionaires. You're wrong.
On before over and over again.
Over and over again.
It was just done with trans rights in the last election. I mean, Kamala Harris basically stopped talking about it. It was done with immigration.
Yeah, they stopped talking about it because there was a super successful ad by the Trump campaign saying Kamala is for they, them. What, Trump is for you? Yeah.
immigration in the last election? How many times did Kamala Harris say, I'm going to and Biden, we can throw in there too, because he's a part of this. I'm going to prosecute transnational criminal organizations at the border over and over again. You had Democrats all across the country running anti-immigration ads. How many people are we going to throw under the bus before the elite liberals like Ezra Klein start talking about taxing billionaires? Because for the rest of us, we feel the implications of fascism. And that was part of what Coates was trying to get across to him as somebody who is a black man in America. But this is him basically saying, red state women, we are willing to throw you under the bus.
Totally.
Because
well, it's not
we
just
are not. I am trying to push forward a repackaged dog shit.
I mean, yeah, if the alternative is losing, then yeah.
Democratic politics my entire lifetime and has
some
lost
agendas
over
should be thrown out in
because
favor
there
of
is
winning
elite
and
capture.
actually gaining political power.
There's no doubt in my mind that Ezra would say, oh yes, I think
The focus should be on doing politics. I don't know why they're so mad at wanting to play the politics game.
we should tax billionaires, but all of the other things to inhibit the ability for billionaires to exist, he thinks is a distraction. Good.
Expressive or strategic, instead of saying that an expressive or strategic question in politics was betraying or abandoning the people we wish to protect, I wish what we said was we lost power in a way that allowed Donald Trump to drive the Supreme Court to a 6-3 Republican majority. And that majority overturned Roe v. Wade. Right. It overturned Roe v. Wade and actually abandoned all these people. Right. Actually fucked them over. Right?
Right.
It is part of, I think, when I say that like the work of politics has become diminished, it is part of how that happened, that talking about this creates this sort of counter argument. Well, even to discuss it is to abandon. In 08, as you and I both
just
know,
keep this up, because what's fascinating, I want people to pay attention to this. No, to keep him up, because I want to keep going here. But people have to understand, he is completely avoiding what's happening. And you can look at the Ta-Nehisi Coates' face and saying, get to it. He's talking around it. Everybody accepts the premise that we lost the power. Everybody knows about abortion going away. You need to connect. The reason why Donald Trump is in power is because of Democrats' pro-choice position. And there's nothing to support that at all.
He didn't say that.
And so Ta-Nehisi
Edward did not say that.
Go, keep going.
Barack Obama ran as a public opponent of gay marriage.
Right.
He ran opposed to it. Right. At a time when not only, I won't speak for you, was I not opposed to it, but most of us did not, most of us did not think he was opposed to it.
Right.
Like at his heart, we did not think he was opposed to it.
Right.
But he was playing politics. Right. That playing of politics allowed him to name Supreme Court justices, and that led to the decision that created a constitutional right to same-sex marriage. And I am saying that that kind of playing politics is needed.
I can give you an example from the other side, by the way, too.
Yeah, go for it.
Here you go.
Brother, you know what my position was during the election about Palestine, about Gaza. Kamala Harris was running to be the first black woman to be president of the United States. You cannot imagine how animated black folks were. And some would argue the base of the Democratic Party, black women. You know, we're going to, see this thing. She was not taking a position that I thought was particularly moral. I had to talk in front of black audiences about that. You know what I mean? And
yes, obviously that was bad politics.
Which was go before Arab American audiences here, Palestinian American audiences here, and say, look, I'm with you. You can be mad at me. You probably will be mad at me. I get it, but for me, politics.
But it was also like super obvious. That not taking a hard stance on on Palestine was a bad choice. All right, we saw at the DNC where they were putting up these fucking retards in fucking wheelchairs while that's going inside, while that's going on inside the conference. Outside, there's a fuck ton of people arguing for free Palestine. Like, it was obvious at the time. It was a bad move.
Fighting this battle.
And Ezra isn't going to disagree with this.
For a long time, we've never had the luxury of electing people that represented the best of us. And this is why I'm voting for her. This is a really, really serious thing. And when you hear these Palestinian Americans, and when you hear these Muslim Americans, and when you hear these Arab Americans upset about this, you know, you can't just yell at them. You have to take them seriously. These were hard, very, very difficult conversations. But when I made those conversations, look, man, I had to be buttoned up about it. I just think you take very, very seriously the need to convince people outside of the tent right now, right? About like we have to convince them to come in. I guess what I want from you is I want you to take as seriously people who are in the tent and who are vulnerable and afraid. And if you have to convince them of something that's extremely, extremely uncomfortable, or tell them that you're taking a position that is extremely uncomfortable, I just think you owe them a little more. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
man.
that's fine. I'll take it. But I want to put this on you for a minute.
Okay,
right?
So that critique, he just completely aligns. I'll take it, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. But it is quite clear that making absolutely no political gesture to people who were enraged or upset or uncomfortable about the genocide, even the slightest political gesture, was a massive, perhaps election fatal mistake by Kamala Harris. I can assure you that her softening on abortion rights would have not gained her one single vote.
Ezra never argued that.
To suggest that she's going to get one single vote from that. It is quite clear that they knew Democrats were moving away from Israel during that election. Prior to it, actually, there was plenty of data. They explicitly ignored data. They told their canvassers, do not report on what people are saying about Gaza anymore. We're not even calculating that stuff. So if you're going to talk about politics first, put aside every other question, principles, values, safety of individuals, et cetera, et cetera. To not bring that up as a first order problem when you're assessing that election. But also, like, you're completely ignoring how Biden got into office, and in 2018, abortion's just the worst of, aside from the moral implications, and it's not equivalent to gay marriage because gay marriage was moving forward. Abortion rights are going backwards. It is not equivalent.
Can
it's
you
just
put that
not.
up? The chart I sent, because I also think, first of all, Ezra relies a lot on Obama as his model for a president. That would not be my model. He's the best president of my lifetime, but that does not mean that he was a transformational president. And in part, his cowardice on this issue was a problem. Now, Ezra would look at this chart and would say, okay, where did how did public opinion change so dramatically? I would argue that it changed because the president of the United States, first Biden came out as VP, and then Obama came out in favor of it and caused that chart to shoot dramatically up.
Yeah,
about
when he was in power,
valid and recognized by law, etc. This is Gallup. Because that's Obama using the bully pulpit to advocate for common sense human rights for people in this country. When you look at politics from a perspective of political cowardice, then you let the public opinion lead you in a certain direction and work backwards from there. And that was the whole Biden theory in many ways, although, of course, not on the issue of Israel. We can't touch that, even though it would be overwhelmingly popular for us to change course there. This is about weak leadership and leading from behind. And Donald Trump has changed indelibly the structure and nature of our politics by having a message. It's one that's insane. It's one that's rooted in xenophobia, racism, and fascism, all of that. But he repeated it over and over again and used his power and used the bully pulpit to affect public conversation and opinion. And what is the and on his signature issue, immigration, and what is the Democratic response to that? Which is what Ezra's advocating for on a variety of other issues. Well, let's see the framing. So you have somebody who has changed the framing forever, and your response is, let's accept that. That's why people hate Democrats, because they can't get behind a message, a unifying one that is in contrast to the fascistic one of Donald Trump. And it's not that hard to do.
Dude, it isn't that they can't unify behind one message. The party has always had it's always been diverse with different ideas. Right now, the problem is they can't send a clear message or a message that people are actually going to respect. All right, Ezra isn't arguing that that Democrats in red states should start messaging on being pro-life, saying that we should run candidates that could take away votes from Republicans in these red states.
It's being portrayed as very difficult and some mathematical equation of which people you can throw under the bus, and how can you manipulate the public by abandoning certain issues. It's not that hard. It's just there's money in between us and the common sense.
His is a total straw man because first off, I can't, I'm trying to think of the example of what he is railing against, that the Democrats have cut loose potential candidates in these states that he's talking about because they're anti-abortion. First off, I'm not even sure if that's the case. A. But B, the gay marriage analogy is just a poor one. It's just a poor analogy because because Obama's specific notion would have been at that time, I know this, I actually sat in a conversation, when he was a primary candidate, where he's saying we would not go when we're getting civil rights, we would not first, attack anti-miscegenation laws. Okay. You're talking about a trajectory on how you get to a certain place. It is a completely different, he had not given up on marriage equality at all.
Right.
He had not said we shouldn't get there. He was just saying the best right now is not the time. Okay? And he may have been right. It may have not been something that he needed to do in that moment that would help him get elected to take that position, and it wouldn't have necessarily pushed that position forward. But I'm sorry, abortion rights is a fundamentally different issue because it was an individual right that was taken away after 50 years. It has far broader support at this moment than marriage equality did. It's just not the proper analogy for someone who is being supposedly so specific about a recipe to win politics, period. And he's pretending, he keeps going back and forth. It's fascinating because when I tried to talk politics with him on this show, he immediately went down into this very fucking granular policy positions about housing in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then when he goes broad,
because it was part of him promoting his book.
He's sort of well, let's not talk about any of that.
I was talking a little bit about this with my sister yesterday. I just want to give her a little credit. She was, saying how in Kamala Harris's book, she mentioned that thing about Buttigieg and not, wanting to thinking America was ready for a gay VP. And, we're not fans of Buttigieg or whatever, but it was an insane admission from Harris because it's just another window into how they view their role in public service, which is it's one of pandering. It looks like pandering. It smells like pandering. And she was a victim of pandering and was also thinking about it in the same way in her selection process. And people can smell that at this point. why we talk about a working class politics and why Ezra is approaching it from the exact opposite direction is that it's the most broad-based foundation that you can create to bring in a bunch of other different coalitions into your already existing base. And I would have added to what Coates was saying about how Ezra's argument abandons the people in the base to a degree.
Dude, are they going to say anything else for the next 10 minutes? Oh, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this shit. I'm done with that video. I'm done with the video. Do we watch? Do we watch us on? Watch the same bullshit? Not really. Do I have anything else? We got something completely unrelated to politics. I don't know how many goats are with me. But there is.
You come from the Bloodsport.
But I do have this Liquid Sonic video. I'm a big fan of Liquid Sonic, small YouTuber. A while ago, 2 weeks ago, he made a video on Flamenco TV. Some pedophile that used to be a co-host on Ethan Ralph show, The Kill Stream. I don't know why I was forgetting the stream. So fuck it. We'll play that for like the next hour.
Now, so I don't know about that, dude. Yeah, you're streaming right now. And
I don't got much to talk about this
because
stream.
you're sensitive. Because you're a loser. Yeah. All right, buddy.
Flamenco is somebody that's had a pretty tough career. He's a VTuber, I guess, if this model counts as VTubing. And despite at times being well connected, having associations with Augie RFC, The Killstream and Mr. Metica, he is now known as an embarrassing failure due to his many mishaps and public fallouts. If you're aware of these guys I've listed off, you won't be surprised that Flamenco liked to see himself as the edgy type. He was the type of guy that thought he was really special because he read Kiwi Farms threads and watched anime. But these interests Flamenco had became obsessions, leading him down some dark and unsavoury paths. And looking through his career, I think a pretty good blueprint can be laid out for how to not act online.
Hey, Flamenco, leave them kids alone.
Look at my gold salvo.
Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
Flamenco TV was a commentary, politics and anime streamer, so a triple threat of potential predator genres. He first became known to many through The Killstream, a blood sports live show hosted by Ethan Ralph.
The singular force! The Ralph of Mail!
Now, I'll be honest,
This is my future. That's my future right there, being Ethan Ralph. Hidden away in Mexico. Screaming and being fat.
Very small amount of The Killstream whilst Flamenco was a co-host.
That's the bad ending.
And I am just
That's
going
the bad
from memory,
ending of
but
Ricky
it did
Live.
seem like he really looked up to the people there. He was a right-wing otaku outcast, and this was a place that he could be himself. You know, he could allude to conspiracies about the he could talk about his anime shit with Gator, and this was an avenue to get noticed by his idol, provocative content creator here on YouTube, Mr. Metica. So he became loyal to Ralph, and he even had some wins, such as setting up the infamous debate with Vosh, where Vosh let rip the tactical N-word.
I'm doing good. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty great, actually. How about you?
Flamenco, I'm doing good. Flamenco says you're a communist.
I'm an anarchist, but they're pretty close. We don't need to split hairs. Political violence was the topic Flamenco originally brought to me when we considered going on The Killstream, and that seems to be a pretty hot one.
If you aren't aware of what this video is, a word of warning, don't watch it in public.
Dude, you can just say no.
And I am also obligated to virtue signal and say that Vosh is a disgusting creep. There are no winners on this side of the internet. Anyway, this talk was a complete shit show. And it also led to Flamenco displaying some deranged behavior.
Back when I was streaming on Twitch, they like spam messaged me. And I just thought they were a random like alt-right Deuterino, you know? And they came on stream one time, we talked.
You see, Vosh is a very hateable person, but Flamenco doesn't enjoy hate-watching or A-logging people. He sits there getting very upset about the creator.
It's so
fucking difficult. It's so fucking arduous to be like, oh, somebody's pushing back against me so.
And in Vosh's case, since he had him on Discord, Flam would message him snarky gotchas regularly whilst he was streaming. Embarrassingly for Flam, Vosh got bored of this and stopped replying to him, but Flamenco didn't stop messaging Vosh.
This guy continued. I think he sent like 87 uninterrupted messages.
June 14th and June 18th. So he's committed. He's committed, you know. And most recently, and this is my favorite one. He's actually gone like 2 months and 40 messages without a response from me. If we go down, yeah. Boy.
Yeah, it's a bit schizo, but I couldn't help but notice this. You can see him here messaging, "I'm glad I could help." This is Mr. Metica's catchphrase. This guy would get made fun of for being a copy of Metica, even in the way he speaks. He actually would go to anime conventions cosplayed as the guy. This is f***ing ill. And here he is, using his catchphrase
So
whilst
fucking
being
pathetic,
ignored
bro.
by Vosh. But this is not the worst the Vosh has on him. See, Vosh has his own website, and it has its own chat for whilst he streams. And Vosh figured out that many accounts, such as Far Left Chud, Kiwi Farms Will Rise, and Liquid Vosh, were all Flamenco alts. And look,
Who's my future? Vosh or Flamenco? The guy sending like 87 uninterrupted messages.
understand this is giving Vosh a W, but it's Flamenco's fault.
But that's not all. These people have separate Kiwi Farms accounts. Do you want to see something truly glorious? Holy shit. Here's Far Left Chud, aka Flamenco, responding to an instance in which Pig Puncher, our good friend Pig Puncher, called out Flamenco for having a lot of alts. Far Left Chud says, Pig Puncher is doing his usual Flamenco IP dance after he got trolled. And then Flamenco responds, what did I supposedly do now? Far Left Chud responds, someone trolled him with a username called Zoe Quinn is a liar and he thought it was you. We pulled the IP addresses. It was him. They're the same person.
Truly shameful stuff. Like, this is in no way cool. This is in no way funny. It looks like the only reason Flamenco is doing this is to stroke his own ego after he gets mad about an annoying lefty content creator. And I'm kind of guessing here, but I think the reason why nothing come of this is because the Killstream crowd inherently distrust Vosh and at the time liked Flamenco, even though Ralph did start to make digs at Flamenco on occasions.
Imagine the state that you would be in if you started on time, Ralph. You'd be fucked.
Imagine if anybody cared about you, Flamenco.
I know, right?
You would have no audience because that would have never happened. But anyway,
nobody cared
we
about
love
any
you.
of us.
We love you here.
Nobody
We
would
love you here, though. We love you here.
Here we are at the point where Ralph was brutally embarrassing himself with pill streams, where he was mixing Xanax and alcohol to such an extreme, it's impressive he even managed to go live, and Flam was here looking out for the guy.
So what do you want to do going forward with this? Do you still have stuff going on with your family that you want to maybe take some time off and deal with? Because me and Gator can keep the lights on for pretty much as long as you need, buddy.
Yeah, I haven't decided. I haven't decided that.
But eventually, like everybody does, Flamenco fell out with Ralph. I'm not sure when the bridge actually burnt, but it just seems like an inevitability for everyone that knows Ethan Ralph. Even his most loyal servant, the Gator Gamer, broke free from the grip of his little trotters eventually. But this didn't turn out to be an issue for Flamenco. Flamenco could get an audience just covering Ethan Ralph acting so badly, and also Metica had fallen out with Ralph, leading to what I would imagine to be Flam's personal highlight of his career.
Oh, hello?
Alright, there.
Oh, hello? How's it going, sir? Oh, I'm just waiting with bated breath. I know. Oh. After that amazing intro.
Yeah, I threw that together in like 2 minutes, but I thought that was, it worked out really
modest. Well. Oh, you're so modest. That took no effort at all. I mean, Jesus.
It's uncanny, isn't it? This is what I would imagine it would be like to talk to an AI chatbot of yourself.
Level 1 versus level 79. Somebody's practicing, haven't they?
Practicing.
But anyway, not only did Flamenco get to spend time with his idol, this is a very successful stream for him. They got to spend a long time talking about the current drama, and Flamenco thrashed him at Guilty Gear.
Yep. I took one match in a couple rounds. Yep. I kneel. Yep. I kneel to my superior. There you go.
Then Flamenco has to go and ruin it all with this cringe shit.
Oh no, this is the position role now. I get to lead the Chudbud division of the Sweetie Squad. I think that's my official title now.
Okay, let me close this out so I can run away from the humiliation.
Flamenco TV was then the leader of the Chudbud division of the Sweetie Squad. How did those words come out of his mouth without him feeling stupid? But you know, he did get to shake the pill bottle in front of Daddy Jim.
Mamenko, can you hear me? Tatenko, you there?
I can't hear you.
Mamenko!
Oh, these are 30-year-old men laughing about a pill bottle shaking.
He made Mr. Medicare from his mouth go, I'm here for the humiliation. I'm being dominated. It was tough. It was tough to watch Daddy Jim be dominated by you in such a fashion. All of us who looked up to him, now you're the new Jim.
But seriously, with this success, Flamenco did make a bit of a name for himself, as he had also established a niche in covering VTuber drama. The stuff that Flamenco liked to watch was like age-regressed women pretending to be cartoon children for an audience of lonely men in their 30s.
This is the type of content Jose likes to look at. These VTubers, alright?
The foreign country I've been to is the US, and
So it's not really something I am interested in or am going to cover. What is important to this story, though, is he also got close with Augie RFC.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Augie RFC TV channel. My name is Augie RFC, and I'm the host of Red Fox Comms.
And started making appearances on his After Hours stream with Nicholas Diorio, Turkey Tom, and Bo Blacks.
At least let Flam in. Is he in there? What's up, Flam?
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
This was back in Augie's closeted era, before he was out and proud with his partner Connor, and his earliest collaborations with Flamenco I can find were Among Us and Super Mario Sunshine streams.
Flam, do a Mario impression. Mamma mia! Missa mia! Mario!
Amazing.
A trait that Flamenco has that's similar to many other online embarrassing...
Don't let me be 30 and go live and do fucking Mario impressions. Alright? Even at the age of 20, do not let me go live and let me do gay ass Mario impressions.
Figures is that he has a habit for oversharing when it's absolutely unnecessary to. Here he is openly talking about his attraction to his step-cousin and how this led him into getting into anime, presumably because it was one of her interests.
Yeah, she's related to my stepfather's sister through like marriage or whatever. So it's like it's a weird thing. I'm sorry.
That would be very awkward for family get-togethers if you marry.
I'm sorry, but redheads are just like...
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
No, I unironically had a crush on her. I unironically...
WRL chat, WRL.
Oh,
remind me
you have a girlfriend.
Wait. Remind me again how y'all are related?
I had a crush on her when, like, I was 13. I am related to her because she is my cousin through my stepfather's sister.
Okay. Well, stepfather, so it's not real.
Stepfather's
yeah, but it's still like it's still cousin by marriage.
Okay, that's a little bit better though, but like at least it's not real. It's like
well, that's why I said step cousin. Like
I thought you were talking about real cousin, and I'm just like, okay, buddy.
This is like an unironic, like super hard crush. Okay, like this girl is like kind of the reason I got into freaking anime. Okay.
Oh no!
Damn.
It's her fault. Fuck her, man.
Lolcow Enjoyer, Kiwi Farms poster, doesn't understand that disclosing information such as this on a live stream full of commentary and drama enjoyers is going to lead to it being clipped, discussed, and mocked relentlessly. And Flamenco's obsession with lolcows would seep through into his commentary on other dramas. One time stood out to me on After Hours when the kid was discussing the harassment of Pokimane and whether she got disproportionately harassed compared to male Twitch streamers.
Wait, what is the argument that you guys are having?
That Pokemon's largely uncontroversial, with the exception of like extremely personal cases and like misrepresented drama over the past like 2 years. There's like really not many big arguments against her.
Yes, it must have been a slow news day, but Flamenco comes in with a comparison that I think sums up this issue I have with him.
I'm
One
pretty
of
sure
the
I
other
got
things I would say
pretty down.
is that I think that there's like a lot of parallels between like Pokimane and DSP, specifically
Okay,
the
bro,
way
that's
in
the
which
crazy- Okay,
that's
the
a
way,
jump.
hold on,
I
let me
think that's
finish
a
what I'm
jump.
saying.
To understand Pokimane's wrongdoing, we must first look back at the career of the great DSP.
I want to know like what's the difference between
Oh my
Pokimane
God,
and Darkseid?
there's no way I'm engaging.
Okay, then
with
explain to me what the
between
difference
Pokimane
is.
and Darkseid Phil is.
Explain to me what the difference is then.
This is like super autistic.
No, I want to know though. I want to know though. What's the difference between Darkseid Phil and Pokimane?
Everything in Flamenco's tiny little box of a world must be understandable through the lens of a lolcow or Kiwi Farms or a Mr. Medica drama. You can see him here in the Vosh DMs claiming that Vosh went full wings. This is not just a funny part of the internet for Flamenco, this is his world. And I think this is a big reason as to why he is just so difficult to listen to. Like, I was a fan of the old After Hours streams, they had some great moments, but this debate in particular was like pulling teeth to get through.
Bro, nah,
Only
this shit was
first
peak.
tweet
This shit
me
was
talking about
peak.
numbers when I'm specifically listing examples, Flamenco. So
Because
on
you
top
literally
of this,
said as hard as. That's how English works.
all right, as hard as my cock when I fuck you in the ass in this debate.
No, Nick, you have to make a good point before you do the Destiny like gloating shit.
And I will give Flamenco a W, that was a fairly funny comment, and I do want to sidestep to just talk about Mr. Lips quickly.
That's bad, but Flamenco is allowed to say that I'm aping Destiny's talking points the whole debate uncontested. Like, I saw people legitimately mad that I made a joke saying, like, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass in this debate or something in the middle of it, but let every one of the Destiny jokes that fucking Flamenco go completely unclaimed.
Yes, he would get very upset about people calling him a skinwalker at this point in time, but I do think we need to give Nick a bit of empathy and maybe even a bit of charitability, because this was around the time that he was by a Eheba cult into thinking he was non-binary.
Yeah, dude, I could be like, imagine, hypothetically, fat shaming a non-binary lad like myself. How dare you, Ethan? Susan, as a fat non-binary victim of body shaming, my video should not have been age restricted, Susan. Yeah, no community.
What is bro talking about?
They're just currently the big bads. If commentary comes out and gets as many stories wrong as they do, and commentary starts f***ing up, I expect other people to start holding us accountable. And I'm not gonna say it's because we're non-binary men, okay? I'm not gonna like fucking take my my intrinsic fucking trait or whatever and jump behind it like a big human shield. Dude,
that's pretty
Gamer
funny.
from Mars walked up to me and he goes, "Hey Nick, you're non-binary, right?" That was the first thing he said to me, and I didn't know how to respond. I was like stoned out of my mind. I was like, "Yeah, dude."
This guy used to knock about with the Killstream lot, and then from a couple years of watching Destiny, he turned into an aspiring hermaphrodite. What the hell is going on there? But anyway, Flamenco and his obsessions. Earlier we heard Vosh reference that Flamenco is bothering someone called Pig Puncher. This is actually an old alias for Xanderhall.
X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign.
And Flamenco had a much deeper, freakier obsession for him than he did Vosh. It started out as Flam just seeing him as somebody that he could make fun of.
So, this right here is our boy Xanderhall, formerly Pig Puncher. He's traded one screen name for another. I don't know why he decided that he wanted to sound like a antipsychotic medication, but hey, what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? You gotta follow your bliss. You gotta follow your creative outlets, however you need to go.
We can even see President Sunday of all people in the comments of this video taking shots at Flamenco. And he is right, you
Holy
can't do
shit,
this above it
President
all cutting
Sunday.
critique whilst sounding a bit anxious and frail. If you aren't aware of who Xanderhall is, he's like a Vosh clone that has the energy of like a really stupid child. And for some reason Flamenco just couldn't get him out of his head. Which this in itself is an L. Xanderhall I think at most should be thought of maybe once every few months, just to have a little chuckle at his expense and then to move on. And I'm going to take it back to Metica once again. Metica would spitball stuff, and he would speculate. And he would comment on such speculations for comedic effect, often to try to get a rise out of his subject. Flamenco would also speculate, but in his case it would lead to him getting so mad that he considered on stream contacting Xanderhall's mother in the hope that she would cut financial ties with Xan.
I'm feeling this out with you guys because I want to spitball my idea anyway. This guy doesn't make a whole lot of money on the internet, but he has rent that is like upwards of $1,600 a month. My personal theory is that he is not subsidizing his own income through work or anything, and that he is largely paying his rent through his parents floating his rent bill. This guy's going
my
on
dream,
record saying
my
that his
dream.
mom was mentally and physically abusive towards him. I don't know if his mom knows about that. I'm wondering, should I send his mom all this nasty stuff that he said about her? All I would be doing is I would be sending information about his
I could never imagine. I could never imagine sending someone's mom embarrassing information. I could never imagine.
I don't know. It would. Gosh, it would be really funny.
So Flam's theory is that Xanderhal wasn't making enough money online to pay his way and must be being subsidized by his family. So in contacting his mother and essentially telling on him, this might mean that Xanderhal would need to retire his online career and get a normal job. This whole thing kicked off because Flamenco thought Xanderhal might make a video on him, and Flamenco was really threatened by this. But just take a listen to the video that Xanderhal did end up making.
Kiwi Farms is a website that's traced back to the Society of Christorians. People on the internet who, well, there's no other way to put it than dedicate themselves to stalking, harassing, and documenting a autistic transonic fan on the internet.
How is this guy a threat? Xanderhal has the mind of a child. He can barely read a script. This is the whole game Flamenco wants.
Dude, Xanderhal is so retarded recently. Recently this guy has been falling off for like the past year and a half, maybe even more. And recently he put out a video. Actually no, we'll go further back. A while ago, a lot of YouTubers were crying that their views were down. Examples like Linus Tech Tips. We're crying like, damn, our views just went in half, just out of nowhere. And a lot of similar things to other YouTubers. And they were wondering, dude, why is like suddenly all our views are like significantly down. And currently it's thought that it's because of ad blockers. They're like blocking the way like YouTube can like count a view. But Xanderhal heard about that and took it a step further and suggested that, you know, maybe along with that YouTube is also running AV channels, all right? On like your YouTube channel, when you put out a video, for some there's like an option to have like 2 different like thumbnails, so you can see like which one does better. Xanderhal thinks that YouTube on the recommended is running AB channels, where for some months they put on like one set of channels and then switch it to another set of channels, and that's why for periods his views are awful.
Wanted to get into by being a budget metaker, and the minute the most harmless sped starts talking about him, he ends up in a heap crying in the fucking corner, having to get his online big brother to calm him down.
Tune into the stream and you're talking about how you want to like well, explain to me what you want to do.
I want to send a letter to his mother about all the really insane.
I want to talk to
his
mother
about her, and like the screenshots and even video evidence of.
Wait, you want to send his mom shit that he said about his mom?
Yeah.
Why? No, that's insane.
So Augie did successfully talk him out of doing this, and then he had him on after hours the next day to give him a good telling off.
Would telling
you made a poll,
mommy, and getting
bro,
yeah, I made a poll.
A 30-year-old man using the word mommy in a poll.
Cut off be too far.
This call is very shameful on Flamenco's behalf. He just shows complete subservience to Augie, whilst also weaseling around, trying to make it seem like what he's doing isn't as bad as it is.
Okay.
Like, you're literally threatening to ruin his life.
I don't
and
think
you're
it would ruin
gloating
his
about
life.
it, and you're laughing
I don't
about
think
it
it
on
would ruin his
stream.
life.
But
I
you
think
just
it would cause
said,
minor inconvenience. I think it would cause.
what do you mean a minor
inconvenience?
inconvenience? You're talking about making him lose his
I don't
job.
think it would cause. I do not think it would cause him to get evicted.
I don't care. You're literally
Okay.
making him ruin his, like, you're in this clip. You think that what you're going to do is going to cause him to lose his job, right?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck is that not a big deal?
No, you're right. You're right.
I mean, this should just be obvious to you, man. Like, it shouldn't have to be me telling you this, you know?
Mm-hmm. You know, maybe I don't know. I probably had like blinders on when I was going into this, probably. So I do appreciate like everyone telling me that I was fucking up.
Xanderhall has talked about this situation, and what do you know? He was endlessly messaging him trying to get his attention whilst he was streaming, and when he got blocked he was making oaths to try to contact Xanderhall as well. And somehow, despite this clear display of psychopathy, this all blew over, and Augie and some of the RFC crew ended up going on an IRL trip with Flamenco. Now I'll take some shots at Augie and Connor, but I in no way hate them. Maybe I am a bit salty that I got mogged by a bold lesbian when trying to make a Bo Black's copycat channel. I was the first, alright? But this is coming from an honest place of curiosity. How the hell did this guy not figure out that Flamenco was a huge red flag? Like, maybe Bo Blacks wouldn't have had the mental capacity to figure it out, but Augie really should have by this point. But not long after this, things were going to get a lot worse for Flamenco. There were leaks from Flamenco's personal Reddit, his Steam account, and from websites that were not safe for work. Now, I am principally against looking into people's personal details like this, but in this case they have already been extensively covered. The Reddit leak was simply extremely embarrassing, because he was putting out personal ads on BDSM subreddits.
Alright. Yeah. Let's get through what he likes. Bondage, a slight bit of pain,
Just a slight.
and chastity, humiliation, and a lot of other... Wait, am I reading...
Okay,
Yes, this is an insane humiliation ritual to put himself through, but things got a lot worse regarding his Steam account. Now, I'm a bit reluctant to even cover this. I know my place, alright? I'm no private investigator. But it came to the public's attention that Flamenco had joined pro-map Steam groups. Now, there was some level of ambiguity around
any
this
maps in
allegation.
chat, any maps
At
in
the time
chat.
of Flamenco joining these groups, there was no such activity by any of the members. It's been reported that these were normal Steam groups, then after time some members started posting pro-map content, and Flamenco had never publicly engaged in anything like this either. So there is a chance that this was an extremely sick troll. I don't know if I can believe that, it sounds too insane to me. But there is at least some grey area there. And what helped Flamenco's case for this was his appearance on the Kino Casino. This episode would have the regulars Andy Warski and PPP, and on this episode Godwinson returned to grill Flamenco. But unfortunately, they were completely unprepared. The start of the conversation boils down to Godwinson saying, "Flamenco, you're a bit of a nonce, aren't you?" Flamenco says, "No, I'm not." And then Godwinson goes, "Yeah, but you are though, aren't you?" And that's really his main play. It's a really poor showing on Godwinson's part. And this guy, he probably is a bit of a schizo. I don't know all of his lore. But regarding just Godwinson's content, he has made a few banger videos. So this is a disappointing show to watch back. Eventually, they just start prodding Flamenco, trying to get him to freak out. And he keeps his cool.
That's where that thing comes from. There's no posts in that server.
Flamenco, do you just want to take a moment and calm down? You sound very agitated.
Well, yeah, I'm a little agitated because you guys are using the most flimsy of evidence to call me a pal.
Well, we can bring up more exhibits.
I don't know how they failed at this, because Flamenco will just freak out on his own.
And that's what I said about Tox. That's what I said about Tox.
Oh, I'm so fucking retarded. Holy shit.
Sister. No, that's a fucking threshold.
And with this, annoyingly, it's kind of left up in the air how much of a danger Flamenco actually is.
Never be
Also,
me.
in the
I
case
never
against
crashed
him,
out.
There's Boy Soprano. Now, Flamenco would not only browse hentai websites, he would download and upload a ridiculous amount of content to them.
Hold on. What's that?
And one of the... He would download...
3.16 gigabytes uploaded. 1.35 gigabytes downloaded of images. Holy shit. God damn.
and upload a ridiculous amount of content to them. And one of the pieces of content that Flamenco uploaded to this website was about a 15-year-old boy. Now, I'm not going to check, but Flamenco actually claimed that he got Bo Blacks to go and read it.
It does not sound like your streamer.
Fine.
Boy Soprano.
There's no lolly in there.
There's no lolly.
Nope.
Okay. Anyhow, I
Bo
want to
Black
get
says
into
much anyway.
Oh, if Bo Black says it's okay, well, we're in good hands, don't worry. Seriously, most other people were very disgusted with what they saw in that thing. That's how come this became a big situation. But this again was successfully talked and weaseled around. And it was not until a new character entered the arena that Flamenco's downfall truly started.
Oh, Michael, Salvo Pancakes.
Now, as Musical MMA proclaims, live streamer and commentary creator Salvo Pancakes is a nasty, rotten individual, and he would at times go below the belt. But the problem Flamenco had is Salvo's commentary was at times very funny, and when it came to Salvo's Flamenco content, he did nothing worse than Flamenco and his ilk would do on a regular basis. As an observer, this is Flam's greatest arc to witness. You see someone who thinks he's Metica's protege, ex-Killstream host, hardened Kiwi Farms advocate that loves trolling, get mocked by someone that is far funnier than he is, leading to a complete meltdown.
Why are you taking Salvo seriously then, dude? Like, come on.
I'm not.
You
I'm
are.
not
You're giving him the
taking
attention.
seriously. I just don't like being called a by fucking and people laughing it off like it's some fucking joke.
Excellent stuff. So let's take a look at the two clips that set this whole thing in motion. The first clip features a commissioned song by Mike the Bike.
Hey, Flamenco, leave them kids alone.
This is a song that Flamenco got mad over.
And the second clip is when Salvo discusses his distaste of Sonic, I know, and accidentally misspeaks and says Flamenco's name.
I goddamn hate Flamenco. I hate Flamenco and I hate Sonic. And it's coming from a
we
place
hate
of
Sonic
pure
as well.
and honest vitriol.
I want to rip that mother apart. And I mean that. I want to kill him. I want to stab him repeatedly. I want to make him feel pain.
Damn.
This Sonic guy.
Both funny and reasonable things to do on your show, and these are the things that caused Flamenco to absolutely lose it. And the thing is, Salvo had hopped on live streams and personally tormented Flamenco far worse than any of this anyway.
But trust me, Flamenco, you are bottom of the barrel humanity scum. And I knew this. I could just tell by the way you are. I knew you were I knew you were some middle-aged, mid-30s society Columbine.
Wait, 30,
loser,
30,
bro.
33
Jesus.
is middle-aged? What?
Yes, you. If you didn't find the internet, Flamenco, you would be high school.
Actually, 33 is in middle age.
Schools and. He's right. He's right. Hate on him, guys. Hate on him, but he's spitting straight back.
Pretty ruthless stuff. But what does Flamenco have to fight back with? A f***ing Metica bit.
Flamenco, the men are talking. The men are talking. The men are talking.
Oh, he's hollering. Okay.
Flamenco. You should have been left alone when you were sitting alone in your lunchroom with the hood up.
It's so brutal. Everything Flamenco does is so referential, I don't know if he can form original thoughts. And for some reason, the existence of Salvo completely stopped him from being able to act rationally at all. Flamenco was so unhappy about this Sonic clip that he called into Oggy's stream for a chat.
I want to stab him repeatedly. I want to make him feel pain.
So I'm curious, like open season now, anybody can say that they want to kill somebody live on air like that?
That's right. Flamenco perceived this as a threat to his life.
Do you think this is this violates some grounds of internet ethics?
No, I'm just saying that if it were like anybody else and they were saying that they wanted to kill somebody, it would probably be handled a little bit different.
No, it wouldn't.
This just goes without saying is a pathetic way to act. And regarding the excellent Pink Floyd parody that he got very upset by, Flamenco displays an insane level of hypocrisy. You see, there was someone that would make musical parodies of Ethan Ralph and Mundane Matt called MC Jarbo. These songs were very high quality, and they were also incredibly offensive. And because these weren't about flamenco, they were about his enemies, he thought they were awesome and played them regularly on his streams. And this hypocrisy was rightly pointed out by Augie and Tom.
I mean, like, I don't think I've ever joked calling you a pedophile, though.
But you have laughed at MC Jarbo calling Ralph a pedophile, right?
Yeah. I don't think he ever called Ralph a pedophile. I think he called Pantsu a pedophile. Well, he makes like he makes direct allusions to like barely legal. So I don't know.
Well, I mean that would kind of insinuate like.
No, if they're legal, then it's not. Yeah. What?
I mean, then why even call it out? Why even say barely legal? Why even point out the fact
like a lot of people were saying that like it's weird that a like 35-year-old dude is
okay. Here's some lyrics from MC Jarbo. As the kingpin of the ring, I'm from the Bible Belt. I get the kids young, and I got my own church.
This is ridiculous. He called him a.
Okay, he did.
He definitely did.
And lyrics like this make up so.
Hold on, we'll finish it. And I ain't talking about no college kids song. If they can crawl, they can sure as shit run.
Much of MC Jarbo's content that Flamenco has
WRL chat.
Flamenco obviously knew that these songs had far worse lyrics than anything that Mike the Bike had ever made about him. But I think in the moment he had convinced himself this wasn't the case. A different time Flamenco got in a bit of controversy was surrounding Keffals and an allegation made on Twitter about them embezzling funds from a communist political movement. Flamenco read this tweet from this random person and just ran with it, repeating the claim as if it were fact. Aiden Underground confronted him about this, and it's a difficult one, this one, because I can't figure out if he is just being a slimy debate bro trying to get out of a stupid impulsive act, or if this tweet existing has actually created proof in Flamenco's world that the allegation is true.
Okay.
So this is what he was saying. Allegations are evidence.
I asked for like the tweet with like proof relating to the claim, and this is what you linked as your proof. Do you understand why this is not enough to state something as fact, especially an accusation of a crime?
I don't think that's true.
So you think the word of a Twitter user is enough to state something as fact?
I think that it's more evidence than Keffals has laid out for any of her claims.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking how much evidence she's laid out. I'm asking, in your personal opinion, do you think that the word of a Twitter user is enough to state that somebody committed a crime as a fact?
With this one specifically, I think it's a pretty credible allegation.
Okay, I mean, regardless of how, whether you think it's extremely credible or not, do you understand how it may be like a little bit defamatory to accuse somebody of a crime without any?
I don't think it is.
This is your only evidence. Your only evidence is the word of a Twitter user.
No, it came to light that this is what happened. They can dispute that if they want to, but this is what came to light as a result of Keffals' major kerfuffle. This wasn't being talked about until after they took credit for getting Destiny banned on Twitch.
You made an accusation of embezzlement, yes or no?
I didn't make the accusation of embezzlement. The Twitter user made the accusation of embezzlement.
They made the accusation and you reiterated it as fact, right? And
the kid talking right now is a 17-year-old. This 30-year-old man is losing to some fucking 17-year-old. Some little Jewish 17-year-old.
Embezzlement, which is a crime, correct?
I don't fully know if I fully said it as a fact.
Does this not seem irresponsible to you for this to be a spur of the moment tweet?
I don't think it's at all irresponsible. There's evidence to back it up. There is
what
corroborating evidence that makes the allegation credible. Specifically,
what evidence?
The tweet. The allegation is out there. Allegations are evidence.
A tweet is not evidence. A tweet is not evidence.
Allegations are evidence. Allegations are evidence.
No, they are not.
Allegations are evidence. Allegations are evidence.
Allegations are absolutely evidence.
Allegations are not evidence. That is completely absurd.
Allegations are absolutely evidence.
I guess that he has such a low cognitive ability that he isn't using some debate bro tactic. He can't believe that he's done something wrong. So his brain retroactively builds a barrier that then in the moment he believes. Like, this tweet is good enough proof that Keffals was embezzling funds. MC Jarbo didn't say anything bad like that backstabber Mike the Bike did, and he did not cross any moral lines by considering contacting Xanderhall's mum. I think he's so delusional that in the moment these things are all true to him. But let's get back to the Salvo fallout, and this is where this video is at risk of becoming a bit of a clip show, because Flamenco just called into literally anybody's stream that would talk about him. Here's a clip of Mike the Bike, the producer of the Hey Flamenco parody song, talking to him.
You want to be technical? You want to be technical? You want to be technical about MC Jarbo not calling Ethan a? Well, if we want to get technical, I didn't call you a on my song. I didn't say Flamenco. I could have said the word. I could have said the lyric. Hey, I could have said, all in all, you're just another pedophile. I could have said that. I could have directly called you that on many of the lyrics. Never once do I directly call you a and actually held back a little bit.
Do you infer it?
And also,
did you make
Does MC Jarbo infer it?
Edwin's generation, this old man that presents himself like this because I presume he hangs outside of schools, was
of course this guy is holding a fucking little boo-boo.
Funnily enough, the one that got Flamenco to finally admit he was lying about his age.
Also, Flamenco, can we get to the bottom of your age?
Shut the fuck up! We're not doing
that.
Isn't he like early 30s?
Yeah, early 30s.
Yeah, don't do that to him.
Because last year, I thought that Flamenco had said that he was 26.
Yeah, he did say he was 26.
But
yeah, it was before my my docs came out.
Oh, okay, see? So I'm sorry you don't know the lore, AC, but it turns out his age is moving around, okay?
Yeah.
You see, this whole time you could have been excused to think this was like a saga of a 19-year-old kid having a hard time growing up on the internet. But no, this entire thing has been the actions of a grown-ass 30-year-old man.
Can you just admit now on stream that you read or you viewed about a 15-year-old?
Yeah, sure. 10 years ago, man. Oof.
How old are you 10 years ago? Sorry, I forgot.
24?
Sorry, can you say it louder? I didn't hear.
24.
Yikes. Yikes.
I'm sorry, it's like a condition.
The late great Tommy C, R.I.P, had some spats with him. And of course, Nicholas Diorio drove many nails into his coffin. And Diorio does have to get given a lot of credit here. Flamenco did seem to become obsessed with him. Here Flamenco is arguing on Twitter about why he's not annoying. This person lists a bunch of reasons why Flamenco is annoying. And his totally sick comeback to this is, I get why people don't like Double Stuff. I was asking about me. Double Stuff is like his funny name he calls Diorio. Just completely pathetic. It's almost sad to see.
Wait, who Loki looks like me? Hold on. I did not see that shit. Hold on. Flamenco looks like me. Hold on. Or are we talking about fucking Edwin? Who are we saying looks like me? Hold on. We're pausing the whole stream. Alright, Ricky Live will not be slandered like this. There's no way. Oh, the dude had the little boo-boo. And this guy does not look like me. This guy is also 40 years old. 40 years old. Look, man, you're saying it because he's just just another Mexican. You're saying all Mexicans look the same. Crazy coming from an Jose. Crazy.
Flamenco Manifesto. It's fine, it's good that he did it. And this left Flam with nobody, sadly. Commentary had all disavowed. Metica sadly had disavowed as well.
I mean, well, Jim, what's your opinion on Flamenco? Has he disappointed you? Has the Golden Boy let you down?
So I think when the hentai leaks came out, I thought it was more humorous than anything. And then when the pedo Steam group shit came out, I was like, that looks really bad. I don't know. There's a lot of smoke there, man, and it's hard for me to ignore that and be like, oh, well, that's just got to be a coincidence.
Obviously, none of the Killstream crew would want him back. Maybe Gator? Maybe Gator and the anime boomers thought this was all perfectly normal behavior. It's not really much of a cushion for the blow, though. But what I thought put a real end to this arc was him going on Turkey Tom's stream. Now, Tom seemed to sidestep all of this drama because he was just making his videos, but he then got to live streaming a bit later and mentioned Flamenco, which inevitably means Flamenco's gonna find out, start spurging, and call in. And although Tom did not graduate from the debate purgatory college that many others did, in this conversation he did comment on a few damning observations.
He'll say that I'm two-faced, and I'll try to demonstrate that I'm not, and he'll be like, but you were shit-talking me, right? And I was like, yes, but that doesn't mean I'm two-faced. And he's like, okay, buddy. And he just says that, and he acts aloof, but he doesn't actually make a point. Like, the thing why Mr. Medicare is good is because Mr. Medicare will he'll make a point about something, and then he'll be like, okay, buddy, because there's substance to it. But Flamenco doesn't have any of that. He doesn't have the actual bite. All he has is like the weird joke, and he acts aloof. But he's not like, he's actually very insecure, and so that's why I have to like go about it in this way. It's like, you know, the reason why I have to retread all this shit is because he still doesn't get it, and I feel like I have to hammer it into his skull. But anytime I try to, he like sidetracks to some other shit. You can't humiliate me.
You're the cymbal clanging monkey for a fat reason.
So my question
I don't know what that. I don't really.
Worski, you're actually Andy Worski in this situation.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
And I think this is basically it. Tom was like the last guy that he hadn't chimped out and fully burnt the bridge with. That is apart from one person that stuck around for a questionably large amount of time.
Like, and you don't want to be that person that everybody says, oh, I'm going to go
Fucking
Flamenco, provoke a reaction so I can get 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize my channel. You don't want to be that guy. Don't give them the reaction. Don't let them see you sweat.
All right.
Yeah, that was a clip of Gator talking, but I didn't really want to suffer through this any longer than I needed to. But this person you can see on screen is Stardust, now going by Small Talk Me. Still can't find your channel. It's not like anyone would want to watch this anyway. Now, a few years ago, in around 2022, Stardust was surprisingly well connected.
Look, man, it's hard to laugh, alright? when you search up Ricky Live, my channel still doesn't pop up. One day it'll pop up.
And she'd do a live show podcast type of thing called Chaos Cast that would actually get quite good viewership. She'd have all sorts of weird commentary, Twitch poll and YouTube type of people on. What's really annoying about this is Stardust scrubbed most of this stuff from the internet. And I knew for a fact there were going to be many funny clips of Flamenco saying, oh, don't get mad at the internet, buddy, being really smug and annoying, you know, and they would have made great sound bites throughout this video. But this idiot decided to rebrand as Small Talk Me and delete everything. And what really makes me feel like I'm being kicked whilst I'm down is that Stardust is so evidently stupid, I don't think she's capable of feeling shame. Which, if all things were fair and just, she'd be feeling an overflowing amount of on a constant basis. And as crazy as this seems now, getting the Stardust endorsement was actually a bit of a chance for Flamenco. But unfortunately, this was a non-starter. Because when it comes to the case of Stardust, she had no avenue for actually being entertaining herself, so she just fell back on yelling a lot, which most people over time recognised as being completely unwatchable. So although she could coast off of good graces and connections for a while, eventually they all dried up along with her viewer base. Stardust is now editing for this frail freak of a content creator, making thumbnails that look like this. Imagine this man, draped in his Israeli flag. He sees this and he's like, "Ah, nice, Stardust, that's a good thumbnail." But Flamenco, yes, did have more opportunities given to him. There was a point in 2023, Keemstar offered Flam a road to at least a small bit of redemption in boxing this incredibly peculiar individual called Buck. Keem was well connected in the influencer boxing circle at this time, so this would have been a good look for him. Keem just needed some evidence from Flam that he would at least leave the house and engage in some form of training before setting up contracts with them. And this is something that Flam was not willing to do, resulting in Keem dropping Flam as a potential fighter. Funnily enough, the Keemstar show provided Flam another potential W by having Flam on after exposing his arch nemesis Salvo. But for some reason, Flamenco didn't just go on there to dance on Salvo's grave and get an easy win. He made the very strange decision to go on there and immediately start defending Edwin's generation's love of age play.
To my knowledge, that's when like a girl pretends that she's like more infantile than like she might already be. I don't think that means that.
Chat
he's, like,
WRL age play. WRL DDLG.
Like, well, it's
no, Flamenco, you're into age play, right? You're also into age play, right?
No, absolutely not, dude. I can't. Dude, I can barely stand how infantile women are normally sometimes.
But who got exposed for like being into like young kid cartoons, right?
It's just like a comic essentially.
Okay, and it had little kids in it.
And then he had an opportunity by going on Kick or Keep. This is a Raj Royale type of popularity game where he was the first one to be voted off, and in the process got mogged by a cum-drinking nonce.
You can find me on YouTube at Flamenco TV, and hopefully start streaming regularly soon, but it's been a issue with my f***ing internet lately. So,
whoa, we
peace
didn't
out,
ask
guys.
for an autobiography. Thank you. We'll find you online. Have fun. Peace out. Goodbye.
And that was it. And Elvis Bad, I think, was the final nail in the coffin.
Is it a requirement? What is the visa you're on? Is it fucking sperm swallow visa that you have to suck off at least 10?
Since then, there has been more personal information leaked about Flamenco. If all of the old stuff was like a bit up in the air, you didn't want to trust Vosh or Xanderhall. Well, it also got leaked recently that he had over 20 Reddit accounts that he would try to chat up e-girls on.
And then he gets no response after that. No response after that. He has to move on to somebody else. Here he is talking to Rose Ella. Rose Ella. So Flamenco opens up and says, I'm a dom and like League of Legends. What the fuck?
Never forget he acted younger to talk to Augie and literal child Aiden. Leave them kids alone looking like a Kevin the Sea Cucumber having ass.
Dude, I'm a dom and I like League of Legends. Since it twice, he says, so really it would be somewhat long distance thing, but with regular visits. If that appeals to you, then yay. If not, then sorry. Would that be something that interests you? No! No way! He says, sigh. Ghosted again. What the?
Really cool and crazy, and you wouldn't be too surprised that he hasn't been that vocal online, seeing how much of an embarrassing person it came to light he was through this whole saga. But I have seen reports that he now watches Mama Oko, and if this is true, I don't think this is going to help. So that was the video. This one's been fun to make, but I don't actually know anyone that I've talked about here, so if I have gotten anything glaringly wrong, I'll pin a comment. And you probably did notice I've cut the hell out of this. I'll be honest, I don't know what's good on here. I'm floating the idea of going forward putting uncut versions early on my Patreon. If that sounds like a good idea, let me know and I'll commit to it. Thanks for watching.
Alright, I feel like that was a good video. When starting that up, what the fuck is autoplaying? Who the fuck is Live Nation CEO? Concert tickets are underpriced. Bro, what is this? Bro, this shit must be water. 122k subs. Only 31 watchers.
Shuffled through like all these OBS windows and things like that. Funny. All right.
Bro, who the fuck cares about this? Why the fuck did it send me this? Alright. Watching that and seeing my goat, Salvo Pancakes. Made me remember that I want to play one of his old clips. One of my favorite clips. I just gotta find it real quick. Hold on, I'm downloading. I'm downloading the clip. Peak is about to pop up.
Stick people, they're crazy to me. Get
Holy
out!
shit. It's on the wrong tab. All right. This is my goat. This is a set I want in the future. All right, one day we'll have this exact set. All right, let's play it. It's a short clip, 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
My internet experience, please. I do not want you around me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You are skewing the experience for everybody. Get the fuck away from me, autistic people. In real life, you're not around me. In real life, you're in your own fucking corner. You're on your own fucking bus, Bo Blacks and Smaggle Daggle. Do you understand how that works? There's a reason why you two tards are on your own fucking bus. Because everybody agrees you should not be with us normal people. So my internet experience is getting ruined because of the autistic people online. Get the fuck away from me. I want nothing to do with you retards. Please.
Fuck Salvo Pancakes. He can go fucking kill himself.
Leo Palm funded $1. Who's Bo Blacks? I only know Sonic Josh.
Yeah, he's the fucking retard that likes Sonic. Get away from me. You guys are the worst. Seriously, you're on your own bus. You're on your own wing of the hallway. You eat at your own tables, separate times. Get away from me. I mean it. You.
This is how I feel. Every time I hear Kevin talk, just get away from me.
You are crazy. Right. Hey, there's a reason, guys. On autistics. There is a reason why you guys get paraded in the school hallways away from everybody when all the normal people are doing their fucking schoolwork. Then the retards get paraded through the school while everyone's hiding away from you guys, huh? There's a reason, because you don't belong by me. That's the reason. Get away from me. You ever notice that? You ever notice when you're in calc class, right? And all of a sudden you hear, huh? Cause that means Smaggles are being paraded to go eat their fucking lunch. That means Smaggles got to go get time on the playground. Because us normals are in the classroom. Then it's like, okay, the normal people are in the classrooms. Hurry up. Get them to the other wing of the hallway. Smaggle, stay out of my internet experience. You're ruining it for me. And I've gave you the benefit of every doubt, Smaggle. But you continue to prove to me why the education system segregated you from me. Because you can't handle reality and you don't know fuck about shit. Smaggle, you're a retard. Plain and simple. Get away from me, bro. You're so annoying.
Bro, what a go. Hold on. Dude, I'm scrapping for contact. What is James Cage White doing? Alright. Michael just playing Silk Song.
Lost, bro. Not very swag. Nice one lost a lot.
How many views is this guy getting? This guy has 7 viewers, alright. Do I have to log in? Probably gonna make me log in, don't I? Bro!
My zone lost, my dear friend. 37 rights.
Chat, what should I communicate with James Cage White with?
Talking about like IRL streams, I don't really do the IRL streams.
Oh god! You better.
4 plus more than me. That is true. Alright. Alright, this is me. This is my account, Boomer Juice. Bro, come on, James. Come on, James. Read my message.
Okay, there's some money, friend. I need some money, friend.
Bro, I don't understand him.
This guy don't have money. This guy have money.
How the fuck do you spell encourage? Holy shit. Holy shit. And retarded.
You bad guy.
Alright, chat. He's gonna respond. He's looking at chat. Come on, James.
Can you subscribe? Can you subscribe? Please subscribe. Meow, 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 meow.
He wants me to subscribe. James, I'm not gonna subscribe.
Please subscribe. Meow, 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 meow.
Alright. This is gay as hell. That shit was not worth pulling off. That shit was not worth pulling off. Dude, I'm trying to find other things to bring up, but I really have nothing. But I do have good news for loyal Ricky Live viewers. There will be another stream Friday evening. My Friday league. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, there isn't going to be a game on Friday. So I will have time to go live. If I could actually find something to pull up. Because straight up isn't anything. And I say there isn't anything, but how long have I been live? I've been live for 2 hours. I've been able to bullshit for 2 full hours. But I really wanna find one more thing to end the night on. But I don't know what. I can't find shit. Actually, I know what I can pull up. Alright. I can pull up this Gavin Newsom tweet that absolutely mugs. Alright, we'll read it out in the one stream. Good news, Patriots. With Washington shut down, Gavin C. Newsom, am now the leader of the free world. Free world. My platform is very simple. Healthcare for all Americans. No measles. Free school meals. Wow. Pudding for everyone. Free child care. The moms love me. More babies. Good paying jobs. And no more evil tariffs. Eggs will be free. Hair gel subsidies will be available, but only for handsome Democrats. And we will also legalize cannabis. Crime will stay low, and everyone will be high on patriotism. And no more Ticketmaster fees for the Swifties. Fees stay for Kid Rock. They will chant USA, USA, because we will be back and honored than ever before. Thank you. GCN. What a goat. Shit, man. It's almost time for the best team in the world to play. Let me pull up the lineups before I go. Lineups. Oh, wait, what the hell? They said it, oh, wait, I think it always was at 10:30. Is there no lineups yet? What the hell? We do have lineups. We do have lineups. It's a good team. It's a good team. The bench, the bench still isn't out, but what? Who cares? All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone that watched. Friday at probably 7 as well. Probably 7. There will be another stream, and hopefully between here and Friday, there'll be good topics to cover. I'm done.